everybody. What's up? It's Kira hanging out with you on a Friday night. Friday night, prime time. Been looking forward to tonight for the day. That's about as far as I can cast myself at any real moment in time. I mean, of course I do planning, but then like when I'm there, you know? Maybe you don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I'm Kira. I am going to be hanging out here for the next, I don't know, maybe 2.5 to 3 hours, I would say. We'll see how I feel. We'll see how engaged folks are or not. So yeah, let's see what we can see. Tonight I was thinking I have all kinds of thoughts and ideas of what I could do. Of course, we'll step into a little bit of movement stuff, dancing stuff, some music, that sort of thing. I was trying to get my hands on some more original music from folks that I know personally, but that is moving slowly, which a lot of things generally move pretty slowly when it comes to a lot of the things I do, just so you know. So, especially if they're not related to my business, because, that's generally what I'm spending most of my time on. So the business that I'm in, that I'm referring to mainly, is called Comfy Fitness. It's where most of my time goes, and we are an online fitness company. Fitness and, basically what we do is through movement, we do a lot of things, So if you're dealing with like pain or some sort of, trauma that you're recovering from, we can help you out on the physical side of things. But that's not to say that we don't help people out in the emotional realm, because really what we do is we help people shift things at the level of the nervous system through their movement. It's very new agey, I guess, in a way. But it's not pseudoscience or anything like that. It's actual, think about like some we don't have Tai Chi, but stuff like Tai Chi, where it's just like using movement and the very like careful use of your body to just become more grounded and embodied, basically. And so we do that through fitness, because fitness is a modality that we can use to shift the way that we approach life, right? But we also do things like somatic movement, which is just really, really slow movement. And through that very slow movement, we can actually start to shift the way that we move, or, and really we can shift it because we can become made aware of it. And that's largely what embodiment and conscious fitness is, which is what we branded ourselves. But I don't think that's really a thing yet. We're always ahead of the curve, but we have no marketing arm. We're like this rinky-dink, fitness company. But we just are not horribly great at explaining exactly what it is we do and exactly who it's for, because I can really see what we do being for everybody, everybody who, wants to be moving their bodies more. Because if you don't want to be moving your body more, then, I don't think you want our product, to be honest. But then I'd be curious as to like what it is that makes you not want to do that. And if it's something like pain, I would say, well, actually, like that's what we do. We help people who are dealing with chronic pain. We help them find mobility much more freely by getting rid of chronic pain, teaching them to move in a different way, right? I've helped many people reconfigure the way they get up from the floor, because getting up from the floor wasn't a thing that they were able to do before. And so it's just a matter of, okay, well, what can you do? And let's go from there. So yeah, it's an interesting business, and it's a lot of fun. So that's really great. And our instructors are excellent. So that's comfyfitness.com. And I've been doing fitness for like 15 years professionally. That is, I've been doing fitness as a person since I was like 12 years old. I used to do those fitness videos, like Denise Austin videos. And Suzanne Summers was a little bit before my time. She wasn't like the exercise diva anymore Denise Austin is the one I remember the most. Anyway, it was all leotards and tights all the time. It was awesome. Yeah. So that is a little bit about that history. And then, I do like to dance. And I think one of the reasons I decided that dancing would be a large part of this Friday night stream is because ever since like shutdown, I just haven't really carved out time to do dancing. And I used to be a thing that I did with my friends. I mean, I really, really, really enjoy dancing. And so I figured, well, if I was going to be here on a Friday night anyway, and I don't want to do anything where it's just like where I have to, honestly, like I don't want to do anything where there's like a lot of planning involved. I'm trying to get like some interesting music, and because there's always so much for me to be doing, I'm not moving fast on it, but I am moving on it. To be clear. But it's not very quick. So with that being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and have us sort of warm up a little bit here with some royalty-free music, And I'm going to, I think, access it through these headphones. Now, of course, I'm realizing at this very moment that I did not test these headphones before coming on air. So this could be a disaster. Here we go. Oh, I think we can all hear it. I hear it. Looks like you can hear it. Ooh, okay. Oh, this is groovy. I was going to change the lighting, but that's okay. We can do this for now. Getting up and getting a little groovy. I say stand up and let's do it. Groovy too. I think I'm ready to get into it. What do you say? Let's do it. Yeah, I agree. This is just royalty-free disco on Spotify. Welcome, Agony61, Agony. Ah! Taught aerobics for far too long. Far, far, far too long. I guess it's over. Disco Lounge is next. Disco Lounge. Oh, I like this swivel. It's way better. I am noticing. Oh, hey-oh. Peace. Do I want a light what out there? Yeah, leave the light out. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. Hell yeah. Get another light. I'm gonna change this ambiance. What was that? That was weird. This is the problem with, well, this is probably what's good about being able to see yourself dancing. Like, okay, yeah, that doesn't look good. Don't do that. Very nice. I feel like we could talk during this. So, FaZe, who takes very, very good care of me here in the studio, he is getting another light for me because I usually like to have a little dimmer in here. You know, it's just... Oh, I have one of... Sorry, FaZe. I thought that you brought a ring light. It can't be high. All right, well, okay. Last time, man. Last time those lights got hot as shit, man. Yeah, they did. Of goo, right? Like, I want lighting that's like gentle. I need gentle lighting, FaZe. Yeah, that is much gentler lighting. Thank you. We're doing it live, folks. We're doing it live. You can't hear this. You can't hear the music. Okay. Yeah. No, it's making a difference for sure. All right. Peace. Bye, peace. So, I have headphones on when the music's coming through. So. I'm just standing here dancing and talking to him while he was setting that up, so that's probably pretty weird. I'm just going to keep going with calling you Agoni because that's what I originally came up with. We're going to need a doctor because your dance moves are sick. Thanks. Chair back over. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so basically what I've been up to, so y'all know, is I've just been listening to some royalty-free music, and I'm just going to different genres of music and just typing royalty free and then whatever genre, and going through and listening to them and adding them to my playlist for, royalty free dance music for this. But then also another piece is that I am reaching out to people who are original artists and seeing if they're okay with me playing their music and dancing to it and all that. And so that's what I'm doing. And I think that I've found some pretty decent stuff so far. I have been enjoying the royalty-free music. And also what I've been enjoying is kind of discovering it, just kind of like discovering it live, I guess, instead of, going through it privately and listening to everything. It's like, no, like, why don't I just feel it out right there live? And if I like it, I'll throw it on the master playlist. And if I don't, I won't, And so that's how I've been kind of building, and that's how I've been curating what I've been playing over the last few weeks since we've started this endeavor, which I hope that y'all are enjoying it. It's been pretty fun for us over here. I know that for sure. I know Kit, who is a dear friend of mine, is very much enjoying his time streaming on Twitch. And so thank you, audience, for being so fantastic, such that this is actually an enjoyable thing that we get to look forward to doing with all of you. So thank you very much. Anyway, so I know that I'm going to be bringing up more music in just a little bit, but I also brought with me tonight a few other activities, and I am going to present them, and you can kind of think about if you have anything you'd really like to do, then we can do that. So one of my favorite activities to do, usually just by myself, because, like, I don't know, I do a lot of things by myself, is I like to go through the Women's Health or the Men's Health magazine and give my opinion on what they're saying. I am a movement teacher and a fitness person, and so that's all I really have I would say expertise is in. I wouldn't say health in general. But I thought that might be a fun activity. Plus, I have so many of these things laying around I just never get to. So I figured 2 birds, 1 stone, pew, right? Am I right? Okay, cool. So that was one thing I was thinking we could do this evening. Another thing I was thinking we could do, I brought my Mary Poppins backpack. Oh, I was thinking I could drink some alcohol. I've been talking about doing that for weeks now, and I actually brought some, and it's just some hard seltzer, right? So need to work on getting a bar here. And then I also brought, we did this, was it last week? Astrology stuff. Oh yeah, I'm, was machst du? Oh gosh. Oh, here comes my horrible German. Wir sprechen über, was wir, oh, how would you do that? Kann machst. Was wir kann machen. Was wir können machen. Fuck. Man, I should practice my German more. Pew Q 1 2 3. I don't know if any of that made sense, but I certainly don't know how to say astrology in German without looking that up. But so we were doing astrology last time. I know nothing about astrology, okay? But this book is intriguing. Okay, schön. Yeah, sehr schön. And then the other thing that I have is an oracle deck, and book. Now this one is just, we draw a card. Someone like has a question, or, you can draw like a community card and just like, I don't know. Again, oh, Dankeschön. Ja, ich bin hübsch. Danke. Du bist sehr nett. Aber ich denke, dass nett ist nicht die richtige Wort. I need to be more drunk to be doing this. Oh, yeah. Without Kit by my side. So, Redeemer of Dark. Hey there. Sorry, I'm a bit late to the party. It feels strange to see Kira by herself. I know. And I was actually wondering, I didn't know if I would really enjoy being by myself because I am such I'm an extrovert, right? And I love being around people. I love shooting the shit. And but actually, when there are people in the chat, I feel like I am not alone because I'm not, and so that is very nice. Ich war der Erste hier. Yeah, he was the first one here. Sehr ausgezeichnet, yeah. So bringing up a little bit of my German. So my history with German is, honestly, my history with German is fairly extensive for how crappy my German is. So just to be I'm kind of embarrassed about it, and now my nose is dripping too. I'm kind of embarrassed about how bad my German is because so my first language was German. I was a military kid, and I was born in Oklahoma, and then we moved to Germany, and I lived in Germany until I was 4. And so whatever limited vocabulary I had when I was a 4-year-old, I was a German 4-year-old. And then we moved to the United States, and I learned English when I went to kindergarten. Beyond that, my mom is German, and we didn't speak German in the household constantly or anything like that because my dad was American, but there was a lot of German in my household. And then I took German in high school, and then my minor in college was German. And my family still all lives in Germany, my mom's side of the family. And so there's just my German should be way better than it is, and it's embarrassing that it's gotten as bad as it has, honestly. So what are y'all saying? Drinking stream? LOL. Yeah, I know. I was like, hey, you know what? It's Friday. Come on, it's Friday night. I'll just drink a really low alcohol drink because it sounds like fun, and I still have to get home. So no hard liquor here. Redeemer of Dark, I gotta say your ignorance, and I don't mean that in a negative way, to so many things throughout your reactions is pretty hilarious. I don't think Chicago reacts to that. Oh, thank you. And no, I mean, I get what you mean. I get what you mean by ignorance. It's like I'm living under a rock a lot of the time. I can't even get it. Sometimes I feel really bad because I have no idea what's going on, and it's supposed to be something really serious, and I'm just like, I don't know what's happening right now, and so but Daniel, he's the one that kind of spearheads this whole operation. He's just like, man, I can just put anything in front of you and it's just brand new to you. I can almost guarantee it every time. I'm like, yeah, totally. I don't know about anything. Ja, ich denke, es ist gut. Oh, Dankeschön. Meine Deutsch, danke. You were an Army brat. Yeah, I was an Army brat. My dad was in the Army for 26 years, and we moved around. Well, my mom and dad divorced before he retired, so we moved around until they divorced when I was 11. So, and then we were in Iowa. And then we were in Iowa, and it was great. And I went to school in Illinois, but not Chicago. I went to school for a little bit in DC, and then I moved to Los Angeles for a couple of years to work in television, and then I left LA and came to Chicago when I was in my mid-20s to do, I didn't know what I was going to do when I moved to Chicago. I just came here because I was like, I don't want to work in TV anymore. And I had a boyfriend that I was kind of like on and off with here in Chicago. So I was like, I'll move there. Let's see what happens. And here I am many, many, many years later. That makes it fun, though. While sure, it can be frustrating when you ask questions that feel unnecessary. I'm self-aware enough to understand you've lived a different life and it's not fair to give you crap for it. Besides, it's always an amazing feeling to see you discover something new and enjoy it. Plus, I am. Yep. Oh, yeah, thank you. And actually, it's funny that you say that, Redeemer of Dark, that I'm easily entertained. Because I'm actually a new mom, too. And I think that has been a part of my personality that has made being a new mom kind of funnier and fun, because I am just like super excited about everything. And so is she. So it's kind of, it's just kind of funny to be in that kind of really authentic exchange of like excitement inside of discovery. Yeah. So thank you. I appreciate that. Chaos Reaper, what's up? All right, everybody. I think it's time for me to take a sip of water. I will open my can of soda eventually. And I'm going to gulp some water right now. And then we're going to listen to, so you're saying your kids have lowered your expectations for entertainment. Well, here, okay, listen, it's not even like lowered my expectations for entertainment. I don't think I've ever had high expectations for entertainment. That's one of the things, like, I've never been really snobby about much of anything when it comes to entertainment, like movies or TV shows. Like, I know what I like and what I don't like. I know what keeps my interest and what doesn't keep my interest, but I'm not like, oh, that was horrible. Like, I pretty much can enjoy anything. And so I don't think that it's lowered my expectations for entertainment. It's made me discover a new low. That's for certain. It's made me discover a new low, which is not really all that upsetting to me. And I think that, like, so much of my job is playing, my job being in movement and fitness. So much of it is discovering and curiosity. And it's like, the more you bring the mind of there's experience and stuff like, oh, yes, I've seen this and I've seen that, and maybe we can try this. But sometimes that creates expectations that close doors to other possibility. And so I think that this, like, what was that movie with Jim Carrey? The something of a spotless mind. There is definitely something to that. I don't know a better way to put it. I want to say made you less jaded, but you don't seem jaded in the first place, so I thought that wouldn't make sense. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not particularly jaded. No, I think that I've gone through jaded periods of time, but I don't think that I am a person as a person tend to go that way. Easily entertain and not feel the need to lambast things is nice. I don't understand if all 90% of everything you discover is shit philosophy. It just seems depressing and self-destructive. 90% of everything you discover is shit. Yeah. It's just not as fun. I agree. Well, I'm so glad that you enjoy that piece, because I'm never really sure how well it goes over. So I appreciate that. No, you didn't, Chaos Reaper. What? Okay, so I'm gonna play some music, get us up and moving, because I don't do well sitting for a long time. I'm amazed that I can do those reactions as long as I do. because it takes something for me to sit for a good amount of time. I'm like, I have way too much energy. All right, well, it's been fun, but I have to go. All right, peace out, Agony. Agony. I don't know if that's on purpose or not. Here we go. Let's dance. I wonder if I can make this louder for myself. Oh, there it is. Yes. Oh, this is the groovy jam. Yeah, another piece of that whole thing of like just kind of like being open to to newness constantly is I think it really helps my ability to improvise and also intuit, you know. Woo! I kind of like that synth. Oh, my pants, yeah. These are my first pair of red pants I've ever owned, and I've always wanted a pair of red pants. Well, I mean, I have red jeans. I guess those are red pants, but these are red fitness pants. And I wear fitness pants all the time. Woo! Yellow. All right. Oh, yeah. That next song sounds awesome. All right. We'll play it in just a moment. I want to make sure to say hello to all y'all in the chat. Yeah, so I don't know. I've never heard any of these songs. These are the royalty-free disco music on Spotify. So I'm trying out new tunes always, and then adding the ones that I like. That one was pretty good. I do like really predictable music for like work and like fitness. But for like dance party stuff, man, I like the stuff that like mixes things up where you're just like, whoa, where'd that come from? Okay, I can go with that. So that's always really fun. Whereas that one, like I thought the first two that I played tonight were a lot more fun, a lot more all over the place. Whereas this one was a little bit more felt like a little bit more robotic, which is fine. I just don't think I'm going to add it to the playlist. What do you think? I mean, right? I loved yours and Kit's reaction to the Campfire Stories vid earlier today. It was fun to watch. So we've watched a couple of those. Is it the one where they talked about the tank being left behind? Because that was insane. That story was ridiculous. Oh, yes? Yeah. Like irresponsibility and like that kind of like just not, there's something about that just gets under my skin. That was a crazy ass story. For those of you who don't know who I'm talking about, check out Chicago Reacts on YouTube. Mine and Kit's reaction to Campfire Stories. Can't believe, I still can't believe that story. I understand that it is true, but it's crazy. Kit's passion is truly something else. Yeah. Kit definitely, he has a very explosive passion. And it's just so funny because, like, I've known him since 2014. And he's always been, like, just really, like, I love it. And then, okay, so never been to a dance party. What's that like? It's kind of like this, right? So, like, you're drinking your water or your soda or your vape, and you're hanging out and you're talking, and then some like music starts playing in the background, right? And so we're here and it's kind of like in the background, and we can have, and I think we can have a conversation while the music's just kind of in the background, and we could all be kind of bopping, right? And having our alcoholic beverage or non-alcoholic beverage, because it's okay to be drinking a non-alcoholic beverage. And you can say, hey, what's up? How was your week, man? Oh, this music is good, huh? Yeah. Right? And then and then Redeem of Doug says, I must confess that it's kind of hard to tell your way of showing being upset or whatever is more subtle than I'm used to. So it's only really started to come through after watching today's vid. That it's kind of hard to tell your way of showing being upset, confused. Huh. That's really interesting, Redeemer of Dark. Any sort of elaboration on that would be cool. Yeah, because that's really, I am really, like, when something makes me uncomfortable, I laugh a lot. And I think that's probably a little confusing. That can be nice. Also, can't say I've ever seen that branch. I'm only recently of drinking age and have only tried Mike's Hard Mango. Okay, yeah, you grew up with a dad that reacts like Kit when he gets upset. Yep. Yeah, my family sucked. But we won't get into that. Cheers. So this is it's supposedly a really shitty hard seltzer, but I quite enjoy it. But it's always on sale. So I'm just like, this is delicious shit. So this is how a dance party goes for those of you who've never been at a dance party. We're all hanging out. We're chitty-chatting, right? I actually joined the Discord from there, and I saw that you guys started doing streams, so I decided to come over here, and it's fun to see your reactions to stuff like Russian Badger and so on. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I enjoy Russian Badger, although his face does not match his voice. Okay, and then we're all hanging out, and we talk about how Russian Badger's face doesn't match his voice. And then we're like, oh, this jam is really good. And then you just dance a little bit, right? So you're like, okay, we're dancing. Everybody kind of sidesteps a bit. You know, you don't have to make eye contact. You're just like, oh yeah, this is nice. This is nice. All right. Oh, and then the song abruptly stops and you're like, oh, that's kind of embarrassing. Indeed. So anyway, so that's kind of how dance party works. Just as my one woman show acting it out. Let's see, right? You're gonna die on that hill, aren't you? Oh man. I mean, really, how's Badger and his voice and different than Sal from Impractical Jokers? He's a weasel of a man. Oh my God, that is hilarious. Okay, so usually I can let things go, right? Because eventually you get used to someone's voice and face going together, right? But every time with Wretch and Badger, eventually with most people, I'm able to make that, have the integration happen of face. Because I'm sure sometimes I startle people with my voice. So this coming from someone with a really ridiculous voice herself, let's be clear, right? Okay, so I understand the irony of this whole thing as well. But maybe it takes one to know one, right? Yeah. And I know that I have startled people with my voice before. I've had people approach me about my voice and I'm like, is that your real voice? Are you sick? No, I'm not sick. This is what I sound like. Yep. It's a real bummer. It doesn't help he so rarely shows his face. No, and I think that's a big piece of it too, is because he never shows his face. And then at the very end, he just pops in and you're like, oh yeah, you've been the narrator the whole time. Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let me put that together real quick. He and his friends go to a live event for Rainbow Six. Well, I believe, Yeah, I don't know anything about his history. I only know about Russian Badger from what I've seen on Chicago Reacts. So just a little of my history with everything, just so you guys know, because Redeemer of Dark, you mentioned that I just I'm kind of ignorant to everything, and I really, really am. So first of all, to be clear, I ended up entering public schools in elementary school. So I left the military bases. We moved into civilian housing before my dad even retired. So I went into regular public schools in second grade, I think. In third grade. And, I don't think I got the best education. I think that I'm fairly smart. I just don't think that I've gotten the best education. So I think there's some missing pieces there, unfortunately. But that's okay. I can fill in some blanks as an adult, especially being aware of that sort of thing. But another piece is that I had just never really even owned a television or really did any sort of viewing of anything. It had never been something that drew my attention unless I was doing it with somebody else. So I've gone through certain phases of television watching in my history, depending on my roommate and whether or not we had a TV, because I didn't own a TV basically my entire adult life, I'm at the time when television was the thing that people watched, not the internet as much. And then everything transitioned over to the internet. And even now I'm just okay, I guess I'll watch something with you, So yeah, so I just haven't sought out a lot of stuff. I'll put it that way. Yeah. So Redeemer of Dark says, your voice surprised them? I think the surprising thing would be, wow, you curse a lot compared to your videos. I do curse a lot. Ah. Um, I've been through every possible form of public schooling in America. Um, and even went to preschool or whatever, it was before preschool and before elementary school. I've had something similar considering I feel uncomfortable watching movies by myself. Yeah. And what with my dad's passing, there isn't really anyone wheeling her around to watch movies with for most of the weekend date. And totally, right? I view viewing things as a social thing. I really don't do it by myself. And a lot of my time is spent by myself. And so I've always done other things. I just, when it comes to the public school thing, Redeemer of Dark, I think that what I've noticed is like I talked to people who had like educations in other areas, and I'm just like, wow, you guys did that in high school? Like we didn't do that, or at least I didn't get to that level of it. But I had AP English, and I did I did AP chemistry. I was pretty good at math and science. So that is where I ended up excelling more. So maybe it is more of the history stuff and the like sort of literature stuff that doesn't stick as well for me. Maybe that's a little bit more of what it is, because science and math was always. I decided not to do AP calculus because I was like, screw that. I'm not gonna, like, why would I do that? I don't have to. And then I ended up going to college, and we had to take those like tests that, like tell you, okay, this is the level that you qualify for to go do math. And I tested in calculus, and I was like, well, okay, I guess I'll do calculus, and I was a communications major, so I had no business being in there. I made it out with like a B minus, but it was a lot of work. Let's see. I know basically nothing of American schooling, so I'm lost here. It says Chaos Reaper. I can't say that I know much about American schooling either. I just know that I feel like I missed out when I listen to other people's schooling. That's all. I think that's more what it is. I don't know that it's the actual like public school system or just my experience of my schooling. I'm still not totally used to the fact that that's even a fact of life now. He literally passed away. Wow. Oh my goodness, Redeemer of Dark. I am so sorry. Wow. Sorry for your loss. That is, wow. I'm always sorry for someone's loss, and it's really interesting what the mind does, because my dad died in 2007. So when you mentioned your dad's passing, for me, I'm just like, oh yeah, dad's passing, because that's what dads do. But yeah, it's that's really, I'm sorry to hear that. That's really fresh, and I think what I would say is that, I think that it always feels weird. I don't think that it ever doesn't feel wrong that, your dad is dead. My mother, thank goodness, is still alive. But yeah, I don't know if that ever goes away, because it hasn't for me yet, and it's been a minute, so I am sorry to hear that. Went through an extra facility or two compared to the average school kid, since I'm on the autism spectrum. Yeah. A couple various types of counselors. Somehow went sooner than his. Wow. Holy buckets, really? Are you saying that his father is still alive? That's, woo. Oh, 91 is like ready to die by 91. I would hope. So that's Chaos Reaper says, I'm from Canada, so that's my reason why I don't know much about schooling in America, and I'm also on the autism spectrum. Interesting. Oddly enough, I'm handling it the best. I'm not a sobbing mess. My friend got informed on the night of what happened and sped over and spent the night. We talked for 5 hours, and that made me feel a lot better. Redeemer of Dark. Yeah, I mean, and I'm taking it. It was a surprise. Again, like my dad's death wasn't a surprise. So I like we kind of saw it coming, and so yeah, so I think that every experience, obviously is very, very different, and but what's wild about it is that I do think that that sense of like it being weird that they're gone, I don't think that goes away. I don't think that goes away at all. That would be my guess. That would be my best guess. So yeah. Like I can like feel that like heaviness really deeply in my chest right now. And I want to find a friend of mine's music. Oh gosh. I will have to look it up. She's an incredible pianist. And she does really beautiful music, and a lot of her themes are grief based. And I don't know, I just think that she might be a really lovely listen. Now, to be clear, I don't know. Oh, hey, Redeemer Dark, you're not killing the mood. It's not killing the mood, is it? It's really more like taking things in a different direction. And you know what? I like it. Okay. So speaking of taking things into a different direction, I'm just going to forewarn everybody that I do not know this music well, but I do know the themes that Claire Bigley works with. So it's just sort of a stab in the dark here as far as what this is going to be like. But I think, especially if you're feeling sort of heavy, right? Like there might be a little bit of movement that can be brought in that could move some things around here and start to bring a little bit of like something different to the table. Okay, I'm doing a lot of grunting here, so should simmer down a little bit. All right, so yeah, so never killing or ruining a mood ever, just contributing. So, Chaos Reaper says they classified me as having high functioning, so it's all good, Redeemer. Autism is what I'm guessing. Okay, so no, I just mean his father lived longer before he died. Oddly enough, my dad lived long. My dad's dad lived too close to my mother's age and just decided to stop eating and drinking. And good riddance, abusive, drunk, domestic abuser, all that. As for expecting the death, I was the only one who didn't. Didn't even cry at first when I learned the news. But at least he went in his sleep. I broke down every argument we ever had, every slight, every disagreement blazed neon in my brain like a dartboard of all the regrets I had. And yeah, I'm high functioning as well. Yeah. So I think it was just the opposite for me. So I expected my dad's death. And when I was moving out to Los Angeles, I stopped by because he lived in Fort Leonard Wood, Kansas. It's where the big prison is. I think it's Fort Leonard Wood. So I stopped through there on my way to when I was moving to LA, And I knew that I had told myself basically, like, I got to stop because I wasn't close to my dad. I got to stop by my dad's because I'm pretty sure within the next 5 years he's going to die because he's diabetic. He had already had heart attacks and strokes, quintuple bypass surgery. He was basically immobile, like had no like blood flow to his lower extremities, all of the stuff. And so I just knew that like he was going to be on his way out soon. And so I swung in there on our way. We stayed with him for like nearly a week. And then on my way back from LA 2 years later, when I left Los Angeles, I stopped in and I was like, I know that my dad's probably going to die within the next few years, you know? And so same thing, kind of spent the week there and then went on my way. And then I saw him for my little sister's graduation because she graduated from high school the year that he died. I think it was the year that he died. And so I went and I saw him then. And that was May, and he died. It was May of 2007, and he died in July of 2007. And I feel like I was the only one that was bracing for impact. You know, by that point, my sister and my brother both stopped talking to him because he was just kind of an asshole, right? Like, I know that he's dead now, and you're supposed to say like nice things about dead people, but I think Redeemer of Dark and I are in the same boat there in light of what they're saying about their grandfather. So, but yeah, my dad was just kind of a dick. Like, he was just not cool, right? And so my brother and my sister had both stopped talking to him at that point. And but I kept just being like, you know what? I think he's gonna probably, you know, kick the bucket here soon. I don't want to like be regretting anything. But at the end of the day, it's just like it's like, yeah, I still had conversations with him here and there, but we didn't really have like a relationship. And then the one thing that I do say about him a lot is that he definitely guided me to my career. He was probably one of the strongest guiding forces in my career choice of anybody else in my life. So I will say that, which is a pretty big deal. So, you know, I don't know if without my dad if I would be in fitness and movement or not. But I know that he was a really, really strong sort of, hey, why don't you do fitness? It makes a lot of sense. Oh, okay, got it, Chaos Reaver. Yeah, cool. My mom's grandpa passed before Mother's Day last year. My dad is the same. And then Redeemer of Dark. I mean, my dad and I butted heads a lot, honestly. But he was never abusive, and he was willing to apologize and be self-aware. So yeah, Redeemer of Dark. Yeah, my dad was the least abusive of my family members, and so and he was a prankster. My dad was so like an asshole prankster. if that makes any kind of sense. He was 100 times better a man than his own father. Yeah. That's how I feel about my mom and her mother. Yeah. So, and I can't believe my grandmother over in Germany is still alive. She's still kicking, man. I did not think that would be the case. I've got a few of you in the room. So there are a few options of things that I brought that we can do together. One is dance. Dance is always an option. Always an option. Two is so I am not into like witchy stuff really at all. I'm just like a dork and I'm curious about it because I think it's fun. So I have this oracle stuff. I don't know anything about it, so don't expect brilliance. But it's a card deck and we can pull cards. So that's one thing. Low expectations on that one. Same with anything astrology related, but this was a smash hit last time. So if we want to talk about, we did sun signs last time. So I think we'd have to do either moon signs or rising signs this time around. And Cool Whip, I thought I saw you in the chat here. I don't know if I acknowledged you though, so I apologize. Cool Whip 1996, yo, back at you. Okay. Yeah, tarot cards, basically, Redeemer of Dark. They're called oracle cards. I don't know the difference. These were gifted to me. I love them. They're so super fun. But I'm not special, okay? I want you guys to, everybody understand I am zero special. But then I also have this Women's Health magazine. So I have so many of these things, you guys. And I always mean to read them, and I don't. And I feel like I can be hypercritical about the health industry. So if you actually want to see me be hypercritical, which is a rarity, this is probably the way to go. But yeah, so if anybody has any, thoughts on those options that I brought, or any, we could also, I could react to, YouTube videos, as long as they are, I'm guessing we have to be PG-13 at least. Someone acknowledged that, though he couldn't help but defend it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, Redeemer of Dark, that's the thing, right? It's just like, it's kind of like that's your parents, right? And that's I kind of feel that way, like my husband and my brother butt heads, right? Just so, quick lasso that in. But I'll usually like defend my brother to my husband. So, because he's my brother, man. Like, my brother's a good guy. He's a good guy. He was an asshole when we were growing up, to be clear, but he's a good guy. So cool. Chaos Reaper said, I actually got my first job in 2021, I think in the summer. So any of these that sound interesting to you, you should let me know, or any other thing. Also, of course, AMA, Ask Me Anything. We could do it that way too. And I am going to take a look at okay, so I'm going to have to type it in. Royalty-free disco. Let's do it. Disco. Anybody? Bueller? Okay, cool. Let's see what ether disco sounds like. And feel free to put your vote for what what you're looking forward to most tonight. I'm gonna take a swig of water if you feel inclined to dance. Redeemer of Dark. Yeah, I'd be up for that. Okay, so I have some requests, if that's cool. Can we keep the videos to 10 minutes or shorter? Because my attention span isn't really that good. I know, I'm the worst here. Like, if I wasn't me and I met me, I'd be like, that woman is ridiculous. So, and yes, I am a yes to video requests. Okay, let's dance it out while I wait for those requests. Here we go. Like this song a lot. Woohoo! I like that one. Okay, we're going to pause here. That song was awesome, so we're going to put that onto my playlist. Killer. Oh, it's already added. Okay. So apparently I already came across that song and liked it. Okay. Well, at least I'm consistent. Okay, my babies. So here I come. We are going to watch some videos. And we're doing it live, right? So let me see here. So, any videos in particular you have interest in or are open to? I have a favorite YouTuber of mine that's a lot like Russian Badger. Yeah, I would totally be down for watching other YouTubers. Again, you guys, like, I do not get out. So if you're gonna show me anything making the assumption that I know anything about it, you're going to be wrong, okay? So unless it is anything related to like fitness or politics, right? That's where, right? So that's one. So no judgment. This is a no judgment zone. The video I want to show is nearly 30 minutes long, but I'd like to think you'd enjoy it as much. Too much to care about the length. Oh, Redeemer of Dark. I know. I'm so bad with long videos. Oh my God. I'm like, oh God, it's tough. Yeah, you know, my husband loves like TV and movies, and I'm just like not a good partner when it comes to that. Cataloging and cleaning retro game consoles like NES 2, PlayStation, Xbox, and stuff. What does that mean? I don't know what you're referring to, Chaos Reaper, but that's okay. Oh, you're talking about your first job in 2021. Cataloging and cleaning retro games, yeah. Oh, that's funny. That's interesting. I can try and share some short videos. Oh, yeah. Go share away. I'm doing no such presuming. This guy is underrated as hell. Okay. You did fine on the No Man's Sky video. Okay, so this is where my memory is horrible. I'm not really sure what the No Man's Sky video is. I bet if you started describing it, I'd know exactly what you mean. But titles, I don't remember actors' names. I don't remember shit, you guys. I have the worst memory. It's the worst. I hate it. It's very embarrassing, but that's okay. Because like I said, this is a no judgment zone. Okay, so this is what we got going on here while you guys know I'm muted. Hello. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Redeemer of Dark, you know what? I can give it a chance. And your earbud's fucked up. I love it. That's cool. I mean, we're the ones talking, so I guess there's that. So if that is the case, what am I gonna search for? So let me see how this works here. Hey-o, look at me. You know, I really feel like I should be the big picture. But I'm going to have to tell FaZe that that's what I want, because I think everybody wants to see a bigger picture of me. I don't know. I think that's what's so. If I'm wrong, you don't have to tell me. Okay, so I was going to say she is fine for me. Yep, cool. Okay, so there's a chance maybe that this sound wouldn't come through. I don't know why I'm thinking that, because it's another web page that makes no kind of sense. And so I'm going to go ahead and throw that garbage thought away.
Me again. Want to see what a
Let me minimize that.
One sec. This should do the trick.
Okay, so this is that. Okay. Here's what we got going on.
One learns to respect the
Everybody can hear this, right?
placed depth in things that likely didn't start out deep at all.
Oh no,
Eventually,
I
the
can't
little
hear
kid
it.
splashing around
Let
in
me
a
pause
puddle with
this.
his-
Let me pause. The audio's awful for me. I wonder why. Can y'all hear that? When I play it? Because it's horrible on my end. The audio is like, it sounds like it's underwater. Okay, so Redeemer of Dark, you say yes. Let me try it again. Here we go.
Rain boots on, gonna be like, wow, water is lifeblood. But until then, whee! Seems no matter
That was already
the
pretty
age,
funny,
every
but I
gamer
can't
is
hear
kinda the
shit.
same.
Grrr, fist at the air. Why won't you work? Okay, I wonder what is wrong with my settings. Maybe it's my headphone. My headpiece is not all the way plugged in. Sometimes that happens. And y'all can hear it. This is worth fixing and start back from the beginning. Maybe try turning up the volume. Okay, cool. Let me see. Let me move this shit out the way. No. That's the microphone, I think. What's the... I wonder why it sounds so shitty.
Same way.
Oh,
Big, awesome,
it works.
soft.
Wow. Okay, it works out of nowhere. Maybe I did something with the fiddling. Okay, so I'm starting it over here. Here we go. Okay, so just like Badger, but unlike Badger, is introspection in spades. Okay, well, I hope I don't disappoint. Here we go. It was sounding good. I'm gonna make it big, and hopefully that doesn't mess it up. No, it's perfect. Okay, all y'all can hear that too, right? Okay.
One learns to respect the sneakily placed depth in things that likely didn't start out deep at all. Eventually, the little kid splashing around in a puddle with his rain boots on gonna be like, wow, water is lifeblood. But until then, whee! Seems no matter the age, every gamer is kinda the same way. Big awesome software is beautifully amazing. Infinite potential. But... yeah, games are some funny shit sometimes, and it's commonplace for us to play them primarily for that. Kick back, give no fuck, and have an epic yuck. So how about today I take a break from brain and join in on the stupid laughter. Ain't no prank, bro. I am the haver of chortles. Them. I'm looking at literally anything hilarious that can happen at the press of any game's power button. Deliberate, accidental, computers, players... anything. Very subjective, as always. We all know how humor goes. These are the things that slay me the hardest. Post yours. Today's all about fun. Curtains up. Nobody likes a stiff. A lot of experts claim a joke can't possibly be funny if it's not original, completely forgetting lesson 0 of comedy. Chill. Those actually gifted with the funnies know very well that there's much more to it than just premise. The right context, timing, delivery can more than salvage even the most been-done templates. Show 'em who's boss, old chap. Yeah, that's better. I knew from the start that Conker's Bad Fur Day would be the metaphorical Mako shark behind my dog paddling ass once I decided to swim in this particular ocean. I'm just thankful it didn't end up being Shit Creek, as I initially predicted. The great mighty Pooh's been
It kind of looks like Shit Creek a little bit, doesn't it?
Helen Beck, I'll admit, for fine reason. But I have my tastes, and I'm not craving shit in my mouth. I'm craving the game's other famous quality. Pop culture references are sort of a weakness of mine, and for as crude as the rest of his material is, Conker's efforts to Seth MacFarlane us to death are surprisingly classy. You'll see Bad Fur Day insert callback after callback throughout its weird-ass story.
Oh my god.
To the point where they actually guide it. It's always a grand comfort seeing properties you like given a shout-out, and even better,
Oh,
in
that's
good
funny.
taste. They got one-off gags flashing back to Jaws, Terminator, The
yeah. Oh,
Exorcist,
God.
Alice in Wonderland, whole chapters based on Saving Private Ryan, Dracula,
That's
and The
funny.
Matrix. Final boss is the motherfucking Xenomorph, and my favorite of all, the opening spiel's wearing a Clockwork Orange for a face. What? Who? Why? Thank. The delivery and timing of them are solid in general, but the reason it's so damn funny is that it's a game. Originally a fucking Nintendo exclusive. We see people go all Family Guy all the time in subsequent films and TV shows, lazily so, but never in games, and never
Looks like
with
Jabba the
this
Hutt to me.
polish. Feels like I'm hearing the joke for the first time. From concept to execution, that's an expertly thrown pie, Rare.
That looks like a
In our
cute game,
forum,
except
seen
for
by
the
all,
like
we
shit.
have the great honor of
Blake.
igniting some real burning questions. So I'll add to the flame with my own hottest. What's the most
Oh,
common and
is
accepted
there something that I'm
pleasure
missing
video
to click?
games offer? Being
Sorry,
there
you guys.
before it gobbled up
Probably
the
didn't notice.
zeitgeist, I can say it used to be laughing with others. Now it's laughing
Oh,
at
it's inside a
others. Tell 'em
toilet.
straight, holy thesaurus. C. Schadenfreude, the sexual attraction to people bitching. Our collective proudest fap as a loving, nerdy community is bottling each other's salty tears in a 2-liter bottle garnished with a cocktail umbrella. Salt is just as savory in video games as it is in specialized cooking. Adding the perfect amount of the zesty powder to your average gamer has huge entertainment potential, with and without irony. It might as well be pixie dust with how magical it turns the player's baser emotions.
You just,
Be it
like,
soft
snort it,
rage,
right?
buffing their shit-talking ability straight into the Mensa Vegeta tier, or hard rage, flaring up the curse word count and volume high enough to drown out 10,000 AVGN branded chainsaws. Raw, unfiltered
Oh my God.
gamer rage.
Oh my
Foreplays with
God.
a funny bone like
Oh my
nothing
God.
else.
Oh my
Watching your
God.
friend or favorite YouTuber cuss like crazy at something pissing them off.
See,
in a
this is
game,
why I should never
especially
play
when it's
games,
you
because that would be
causing it.
me.
God damn, you feel like a little gremlin after a midnight snack. Personally, ironic and soft salt is my favorite flavor, where everyone knows it's all for fun and won't actually punch a monitor
Ah!
and slam their controller. But even in cases where
Yeah,
those
dude, I
kinda
feel you,
dipshits
I feel
rage
you, I
hella
feel you, I
hard,
feel
it's
you.
great fun
Yes,
to point and laugh at
yes.
how stupid they're acting.
Yeah, man. I'm insane. See, this is why I can't. We can't have nice things, and I cannot. No.
Oh, fighting game community, putting Morton out of business.
That's
One
like,
stock at a
you guys,
time.
seriously, me.
So let's say you have to read an incredibly long email from your boss that you have to finish before the big meeting starts in 10
Oh,
minutes.
I hate reading long emails.
Or you're cramming for an exam the night before, but can't bear to keep your eyes open to read
I was
one
good
more
at cramming.
textbook chapter. Or you're
this
reviewing
a
a dense
commercial?
legal document
Let's
that could
skip it.
change your life forever.
Who says you need anyone to make you laugh? Don't go telling me how punchlines work, Mr. King of Comedy. I can punch myself, especially after snorting a line. The law of LOL does decree. There's gotta be someone telling you a joke in order for it to count. But I'm proof you can single-handedly become your own joke pitcher and catcher. And here's my batting
I used to have a
cage.
top like
Tony
that. I did
Hawk's
not
Pro
look like that in
Skater
it.
4 is a super memorable sports title, and not for its tight skateboarding action. But personally, no other game supplies me with more unexpected laughter. Skitching an elephant's tail to projectile shit, caving a shark's face in with a giant bronze ball. Tony's hilarious pain screams,
Oh,
soundtrack with cartoon bone crunchy
Oh,
sounds.
shit.
And oh god, fuck! Ah!
Yeah.
Nothing takes the cake like this.
Oh, no,
Go
oh,
to the
no,
carnival
oh, no.
level, take a little trip behind the Ferris wheel into the swamp, and, well, fucker finally found the computer room. This goddamn crocodile, man. This badly modeled.
Why aren't you
poo-poo
going
textured
anywhere? Go
scaly
somewhere.
boy cracks me up. Beyond looking like $1 million of debt.
Does he just stand there?
realistic hissing
Or is he gonna
clashes
eat him?
With the stiff animation so bad, it's great. And for some reason, you can get him stuck by abusing his magnetic lock on you with faint movements. Never has the shape of the river
Whoa!
dragon looked so damn
Nah!
dumb.
Whoa!
Oh, ooh, nah,
Are you kidding? Come on. He squirts out blood.
Evolution
All he
points
did was
well
fall over. Oh
spent.
my God.
A fearsome sticky slab of Jurassic jerky. He clips
Oh my
through. It's
God!
nostalgic, kind of funny. Playing this when I was like 11, had zero
I
sense
mean,
of humor.
I guess,
I'd literally
like,
come to this
skateboarding,
spot bullshit with
could
the croc
cause death,
just
but
to make myself
there you go.
laugh. I shit you not. And It's stuck! I snagged this footage just last week and nearly threw up my back laughing. Even reenacted my jackassy pastime of
Oh my God,
skating
look
away
at
from it in a circle and letting it catch up and eat me. Been a dummy all my life. Could you tell?
Oh my God.
It's undeniably cool to see how far comedy has evolved over the years. You'd sooner run out of stars to count than finding every way to tell a joke.
Whoa.
But to showcase easily the most ancient,
Oh, those are
hardy,
cute
martial art
Legos.
out there, I just did. And constantly do. Yes, dialogue-based humor. A staple too priceless to even put in a stapler. Master that in your game and you're likely to be a personal king. Trumpets ready! You know how they say good comedy's unpredictable? I'ma chuckster that shit into the void, good sir. Cause there just had to be an oh duh entry today. Haha, Logan likes these games. Still your laugh tracks. I can confidently say that nobody outright taught me how to wordplay, but I can just as confidently point to a huge inspiration. The Mario and Luigi series has historically
Impressed me.
and countless others with
I bet.
an
I bet.
unreal sense of dialogue.
Yes.
I've never seen text in a video game so levelably unhinged.
Insolence.
Yet so smart.
Adorable.
Of course, you got the light years over the top performances of the Leet Speak Hammer Bros and you know goddamn well who, talking about Pwn, Ted Noobs, Ruffle, and the intricacies of treacherous mustard that is very angry. As well as a very likely to be insane fortune-telling toad doctor that asks and answers his own questions, Heavy's pet gyroids spamming their love of
Cannon beef.
which Fawful has none of, by the way. Man, even the more down-to-earth characterizations of Starlo, Brickle,
Oh my God,
Bonnie
what is
Bros,
going
and
on?
especially
Was that one of
Bowser,
those
given
weight
such
loss machines?
priceless
Like,
things to say. Even
that
minor
vibrate
pieces
you?
like Chemic are hilarious, bantering the fuck out of his paper self while he's dying in paper jam. Never a bad time for that. I didn't even know you can make text this brilliantly funny, which I guess is still an unpredictable act. Oh, you clever, clever bitches. Whoever said clowns suck? Well, everybody. Fucking everybody.
I don't know, I don't think
Something you gotta be,
clowns
like,
completely
age
suck,
60
right?
to remember that these poor bastards
That was
were once
frightening.
fountains of joy, laughter, the original comedic entertainment gig. So, being one of sorts myself, anybody else brave enough to fill that role without crunchitizing the kiddies, well, let's just say my respect for them is heavy.
Yeah, so I getting scared. See, this is okay. So like, I get way too intense about things. So, camera's over here. I get way too intense about things. So it actually is one of the reasons that I never continued playing video games. I get like really tense during video games, and I get really intense during them. And so when we saw the like gamer rage earlier, I'm like, yup, totally there. So we are at the moment watching the top 10 funniest things in video games by Fawful's Minion. Fawful's Minion. Top 10 funniest things in video games. Now, I'm gonna have to take his word for it because you know what? I don't know many video games. So you guys are over here. There's two cameras here. So here we go. Let's continue. That bar on the top of the screen is what I was talking about earlier. Oh, okay. Is it this thing? No. I'm the worst. Maybe later. Thank you. Okay. Beautiful. Let's do that.
I got a handsome question for you. Just who is the funniest character in gaming?
I can't
in
tell
the
ya.
art of furiously
Oh, I know this
slapping
Team
me, the
Force,
center of the
Team
TF Tooniverse smacks it with
TF.
a squeaky hammer and
Team
sickle.
Force,
Heavy
Team
weapons, Chad has
Force.
me dead.
That's
Not
not
a
it.
big surprise. Faster than hit scan. It's comedy culture to default the role of class clown to the fat guy because he's fat. I'm so good. Well, on top of not
Team
actually
Fortress, thank
being
you.
fat, his voice is just huge. Heavy's humor isn't crass at all. To put it one way,
I
this
think Heavy
fucker's
seems like a
raw,
really fun
assaulting us
character.
with the funniest voice mankind can dream of, and making it scream like a special needs Super Saiyan who stubbed his toe and liked it. He roars.
He sounds like Arnold.
For babies.
All of you are babies!
Mimics his own goddamn gunfire.
OMG, I like that. That's really funny.
Is a beautiful singer.
Come, sing this.
I like his
His
claws.
screams are comedic sex.
Oh,
I need tonsil surgery just listening. You know you're good when you can literally eat your damn lunch on stage and call it a great show.
Yeah.
But there's more.
I like Spy.
You ever notice how interesting
I think Spy
Heavy
seems funny.
players are? They consistently turn game rounds into ham and cheese sandwiches. Almost like the class brings out their inner shit-headed Soviet Snorlax, leading them to do stupid shit. Yelling
No!
after every kill, randomly ape-shitting with their minigun, crouch jumping their gun rev like they're playing leapfrog, and
Here I come!
Oh my god. Wow.
You're
Fun
ready
fact, Heavy
to
is a
start your own
major in
business,
Russian
to
literature
turn that
and
passion
runaway
into a
from
paycheck.
Soviet
All you
and
need is a
awful
partner you can
regime.
trust. Over the last 20 years,
Can you check out the world
LegalZoom
in
has helped
complex
start
Seattle
and
killer
support
next?
millions of small
Sure,
businesses. It's kind
the
of our thing.
Loligarchy.
We can help you set up
We're
your
gonna skip
business
this
and
ad and see what number 5
Popularity
is.
in the eye of
Oh,
the
okay,
beholder,
Spider-Man.
just as often as beauty is. Spying something impressively stupid looking with your little eye drowns it in ironic tears quicker than your brain can even. I love how simple and non-taxing this specific
Ooh, I
branch
like
of
that
comedy is.
teacup
'Cause it's
head.
free. The better the graphics, the better. No? Exactly. No, because the raw, uncircumcised joy one gets from staring at booty butt cheeks graphics.
Oh my
One
god.
of a kind. In cases of
That looked like Barbie.
objective analysis, fuck them with a splintery dildo. But after a
Yikes.
long day of wishing for a better day, sometimes a walking vomit JPEG is the key to it coming true. One of the truest joys of revisiting retro titles, keeping your face straight while you look at what we used to be impressed by, might as well be an ancient ninja skill.
Oh my God,
'cause you're not gonna
right?
do it. Transitional eras especially crack me up with them being built on the low-res shoulders of janky Lego people and magical Play-Doh animals.
It is
Most
really cute,
N64
though. I
PS1
love it.
games
It
look
is
luckier
nice
than
to
a
look
4D
back.
Cheez-It, an inoffensive charm that actually adds
Present day video games are amazing, though. I'm pretty impressed.
The crudely polygonal cherry on top. Although his proud jester as PS1 Hagrid, motherfucking Golden Eyes, the king of this fugly throne, with its comically horrific, unblinking face cutouts and
That's awesome. Yes.
a model that hot. What, did they use a single
Yes!
pineapple chunk as reference?
Who is that actor?
Oh, don't
That looks
even
like
get
a-
me
I wish I
going
knew
on
actors'
early
names.
Cutscene graphics, where even the most basic of body language is too fucked for even 3PO to translate, and faces being gravitationally pulled by planets in every direction.
Yes.
Captured masterfully by
That's
the
funny.
Sonic Adventure games and SpongeBob Employee of the Month, respectively. What? T-Men made this? The one from Tenacious D, methinks. Oh, and of course this kind of thing still happens nowadays, but those are called memes, children. See shit, post shit, good shit. Thanks for being ugly.
That's funny.
Let's talk deadly weapons. Normally, games hold supremacy over this kind of thing, with its dubstep guns, last prisms, and yes, even mummy tube worms and magic brother power. But to take a cue from one of IRL's strongest weapons, the voice, hell, they still got damage. Ears melt by the power in Meta Knights, jolt up from the creepiness in
Oh, wow.
Sinistars, and literally die from that. What was that? Okay, we all have that one sound bite we personally morph into a Snickers bar after hearing.
Yes.
And what you say, if you will. Some runner-ups for me there are Metal Slug's And Sonic
Jesus!
Heroes as
Whoa!
But
I like
can't
that.
hold this off any longer. What in the holy fuck
Come on.
is DK's original voice?
I wanna hear it.
That squeal he has in most of his N64 appearances
come
has
on.
baffled me since day one of OG Mario Party. I mean, even then, I didn't expect real gorilla sounds out of this fake one with a nickname roughly translating to ass monkey. But I repeat.
Wow. Wow.
Play that
Does
shit
he make
again.
that sound?
What the bloody eyes gouged out? Fuck! Did they make an elephant with strep throat orgasm? Or is this the Godzilla thing where they took a common instrument and just molested it
It
with an
sounds
article
more
of
like a
clothing?
sucking
I
in,
think it was
though.
a bass getting strummed by a leather glove for the big G.
Like a-
My guess for DK is they gave an old tuba a wedgie using a leopard skin Speedo while it was being shoved
more of
into a
a-
washer's rinse
It wouldn't be
cycle.
like a- it wouldn't
I'm
be a
actually
outward, it
curious. Can
sounds
someone
inward.
find that out for me? How'd they do it? I will admit, the mystery contributes
I mean,
to
it's
this
definitely
high
a sucking
placement,
inward,
but even
right?
with the context, it's glorious.
Is that a sucking inward or is it a sucking outward?
When DK
Or
wins
there be a
board
blowing
in
outward
Mario
or a
Party
sucking
where it
inward?
sounds like he's funneling a tuberculosis cough through a desk fan.
Oh my god.
Ooh, and the
I don't even
best
know if that
he just
nails it,
beat
but that's pretty
Mario Kart
good.
64 and you drive past them, they slap
It
the
sounds
Doppler effect
like-
on it.
Something really loud and metally getting stuck
Nintendo,
while
okay.
a toilet is flushing. And it's like rattling around really loud.
Come
That's what it
across
sounds like to
something
me.
Mad funny one day. Given
Yeah,
time
the
of your
oligarchy
damn
says
life
yes,
in a
he-
magical
they agree with
millisecond,
me about
but
the
then later
sucking in.
You want to have that same laugh and you try to replicate it and you can't. Like, even though you may still laugh, it's just not the same.
That is
If there was ever
really
a sense
funny.
of wonder in comedy.
That
it's
looks
that.
funny.
Maybe that's why everybody loves glitches. Accidents happen, and sometimes that's awesome. Glitches are like the pranks of video gaming. Brand them with boxed jellyfish tentacles should they actually
Oh,
hurt
that was
someone.
fun.
But, you know, if they remembered the anesthetic, pass them the crown. The royal court jesters of surprise humor. Gaming's own face acne is the gift we never knew we wanted. Especially magical when encountered in the wild.
Oh my God.
Seeing something go on X-Files theme right in the middle of happy
Oh my
fun
God, that is
times
frightening.
Like eating a barrage
That's
of
so
bullets from a
frightening.
fleet of rufflecopters. Cue the
Oh my
rise
God,
of
that is frightening.
mankind
Oh my
can
God, that
physically
is awful
unleash
looking.
and laughter uglier than the fucker in my mirrors. It gets you
Oh.
every time because you can't
This guy
ever
needs
be
help with that
ready for
posture.
it. Nostradamus, you stupid lying bitch.
No,
You
don't
can be
go.
Wildly amusing in the case of audio glitches, or generate kecks of howler monkeys when graphical glitches pop up. My absolute favorite, to the point of itself being the original number 3. Ape-shitting models. My god. GoldenEye characters partaking in boat propeller yoga. Dead bodies that just died going quantum.
Oh my
Skyrim
God.
animals skipping
Could
on
you
over to
imagine?
Valhalla's for
Exorcist style. Yeah, holy shit.
you never seen a thing more
Oh my God,
beautiful.
the
Even
mammoth.
glitches you can viably trigger yourself for personal advantage are amusing because it gets hilarious.
Oh my God,
with
what's
how
coming out
hard
of
you
his
can
butt? Oh
really
my
fuck
God,
with the machine.
Oh
I
my
know it feels
God.
weird to
How
place
c-
them
oh my
here.
God.
They theoretically shouldn't exist, but how else are the devs gonna learn?
How is that a glitch?
You're
I need to go back and
welcome.
watch that. I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry. I want to see all of that poop coming out of that guy's butt again.
Even glitches you can viably trigger yourself for personal advantage are amusing because it gets hilarious with how hard you can really fuck with the machine. I know it feels weird to place them here since they
One more time.
theoretically glitches you can viably trigger yourself for personal
My
advantage
colon
are
feels
amusing
better when
because
I
it
watch
gets
that.
hilarious with how hard you can really fuck with the machine. I know it
Yes.
feels weird to place them here
Holy
since
cow.
they theoretically shouldn't exist.
I like,
But
whew.
how else are the devs gonna
Oh, I
learn?
felt that
So,
release.
You're welcome. You know this thing called contrast? Magnificent creature, that. You'd never think Whiplash would ever feel good, but propping something super serious
No,
up
it
against
never
something
feels good.
super stupid is the comedic embodiment of hurt so good. Playing into the advantage of unpredictable once again. Picture it. Guns. Killing. Death. That's some hardcore, edgy, gritty shitty, am I right? Yep. You ever die and think, God damn, I want to come back as Flubber's Double D titties? Well, sorry. The
Never had that
highest of
thought,
all
but-
costs still can't afford that.
Double
but
D
hey,
titties would
we
be
can
fun.
spare some wobbles the moment you go. Instant transaction.
No!
Thanks. One of the biggest universal
That's kinda
funnies
cool.
in all of gaming. Ragdolls are the king of stupid humor. I suppose technically classifying as slapstick.
Yeah, I
lots of
guess it is
fictional bodies
kinda
going
funny.
instant gelatin the second they bite the
Do
Elysian
you?
badass.
Well,
like, who the fuck
I
even came up with that?
do.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mean to get all morbid, but dead bodies are stiff.
Right.
Muscles
Well, that's what I
twitch.
was gonna
That's-
say. Like, don't
and
you
brain
think
Yule
that we
says,
get
no,
stiffer?
this isn't how you're supposed to play
as
the
we
game.
go
But the
along?
soul's saying,
But I didn't.
man, I feel
you
like
know,
an itty bitty
wanna-
little kid
Ooh,
watching
I've never.
silly cartoons on the idiot box. It's such an innocent pleasure.
I do-
It also
it-
helps that they're often paired with bone crunching and splat sounds.
Yeah. No.
My
Oh my
favorite
God.
are the squishy
Oh my
kind,
God, look
where
at that.
limbs
It's like
flop around
Gumby.
more than
No,
Jigglypuff
your body
on
wouldn't do
top.
that. Your body
Such
wouldn't do that.
ridiculous overreaction to existing.
He looks like he's
celebrity.
diving.
But they do
Shit.
sometimes
Oh, I thought he was gonna-
respect the idea of naturally stiff bodies, but nay, logic costs money. My God. Yeah, some
That is
2x4
some falling. Oh, God.
Auto rigs, you in there? Hello. They gave up. They just gave up. They got the right idea. Kick back, close off, nom the popping corn, and oh yes, daddy.
I think that the flying bodies are funny, like when there are
Okay,
explosions and you
think I've
kind of
been a
see them,
good
but like
little
following them
content creator.
down,
You know, I've worked
it's more
plenty
like
hard to get up to
goo.
this
That
point.
looks like it
Let's
hurts.
do the unthinkable and make things nice and easy for me. My final clencher. The stupidest shit, the funniest thing I've ever seen in a game is in this little title called Turok Evolution. An absolute cheese factory where you're this pissed off Native American with Ratchet and Clank grade weapons blowing the fuck out of General Scales' N64.
I've never even heard of this game. Not that
Sounds
that's a shocker,
stupid.
but that's
Graphics
cool.
suck. It's like a culmination of
Wow, look at
everything
that ass.
I've laughed
Jeez Louise.
at thus
Wowie
far.
zowie.
But the
Damn.
absolute best part is its gore. Not that it's hilariously extra. No, just watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now. I think I found the single biggest productivity hack of 2021. It's
That was
just
the worst commercial placement ever!
and it literally
Fucker!
What? The
That's a lot of gore for a tiny little bug, that's for sure.
okay. Let me walk through you what just happened. This
I certainly can
tiny-ass
appreciate a good
tree
ass.
frog, like the size of
Doesn't
a
Kit
quarter,
love this game? I actually don't
explodes out of a
know.
Fat stick.
Oh, is
and
this
out
the one with
pops
dinosaurs?
chunks
He's talking
of
about dinosaurs
beef
all the time.
Riblets that
Yeah, you
grow
could
in
eat that shit.
size. I need whatever
looks like some
shit they
raw
were taking
beef.
when making this, because their brain clearly punched his
Look at that.
ass off.
Yeah, that's
I've never
ridiculous.
seen something so comically absurd, unstably stupid.
Yeah, that's
it
silly.
slays me every damn time. And check it. It gets better. Sometimes, instead of fresh cow chunks, the fucking
Yeah,
thing
no, it looks like
spills
beef.
out a human foot.
What?
It has a shoe.
That's
on it.
awesome,
The
yes.
goddamn pterodactyl does the same
Yes.
thing too.
That's awesome. That's
But I did.
hilarious.
I did. That's the video.
It's an arm.
Losing, return. This is
So
Bean
good.
Bobble's minion, and that's my act. Good fucking night.
Damn.
And now, give it up for the high tier patrons.
Woo!
Shade
All right.
2800, Panther J,
I
Tubazone,
appreciate the high tier patrons. I do, but I'm not gonna watch that part. Hope nobody's offended. Well, that was fun. That was very fun. Let's go back to camera 1, camera 2. Camera 1. Nope. Not what I was looking for. Camera 2. Camera 2. Camera 2. There you are, camera 2. What is up? All right. We are back. So that was the top 10 funniest thing in video games. I think we all know what my favorite part was, mostly when that guy pooed his pants a bunch. Those are some big turds, though. I mean, really. I am not going to go into bowel movements. I love talking about poop, and I don't think people like talking about poop as much as I like talking about poop. So I'm just not going to do it because I think that will be, I don't think anybody wants to hear about it. So, and I think if anybody does want to hear about it, I should probably warn people with the title of the show being, we're going to talk about poop today. But man, those were some big turds. They're like dinosaur-sized turds. So the Loligarchy asked if we can check out the World in Conflict Seattle trailer. So we can do that. Oh, you guys. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, Redeemer of Dark. Damn, Kara, just straight out with the double D titties would be nice. Yeah, I like those. Yeah, you know, like I have not really. I say some things that are just really lewd. And I'm not saying like that was like the lewdest thing that I could ever say. I just like, I'm starting to get a little nervous with sort of what comes out of my mouth naturally because I feel like I'm a little offensive, especially in the world of like in the world of misogyny. And so I get a little nervous, like when I say stuff like that, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Cause I can appreciate a pair of D-sized titties. They're not my size, and that's beautiful. And I can appreciate a good ass. Don't forget to scroll up, Kara. I hate to copy and paste things and fill up the chat. Yeah, and Redeemer of Dark, I see the recommendations here. So I will take a look at those too. And it's highlighted, so that's super duper helpful. No, it actually, yeah, it did not feel like a half hour long, actually. But I do think that the countdown aspect of it made it feel a little more segmenty, which is really what's interesting about me because I love really like big, long books and stories, but I just want like short videos, you know? So like, but short stories don't ever interest me and long videos usually don't, but that was really good. That was a lot of fun to watch. Plus, like, I also am always really excited to learn about things I don't know about, which is a lot of stuff. But I know a lot in my corners of the world. But understandably, not everybody's in my corner of the world. Yes, meat chunks. Yeah, man. I like my jowls will water at cartoon meat. Like I love eating meat, and I am fully aware of its impact on our environment. Did you know that if you just like cut your meat, if you're a meat eater, that is, cut your meat consumption in half, that would resolve it, if everybody did it, right? That would resolve a massive environmental that I don't know the exact like meters, like metrics of it rather, but it would resolve so much of our climate issue. And man, I still eat so much meat, even knowing that. I'm not that great of a human being. Yay. It's called peak content. Oh, Kira's really open about that sort of stuff. That's super admirable. I can feel comfortable enough to talk about that sort of stuff. I'm glad that you and so many others nowadays aren't afraid to talk about something as natural as your body and other bodies and all. I mean, some of it looks really good, so I don't blame you. Well, it's so funny, actually, Redeemer of Dark. It's very, very funny. So we being me and my husband, we have this really hot neighbor. She's this young woman, she's smoking hot. And my husband will be like, Kira, come, hot neighbors out. So I'll like run to the front of the room and just like pretend like we're like talking and we'll check out Hot Neighbor together. 'Cause she's hot, man. I don't know. Like I can't, and I do it to all human beings. That's the thing. So there's a part of me that's just like, oh God, shit. Like one of my big worries, and I guess I'll just say it here because I get so like pensive and I get so guarded because I'm so afraid of being hated on and attacked. But I get really, why chat pause? What does that mean? I get really, I'm pretty like, what's the word I'm looking for? Damn it. Pretty like objective about like human beings in general too. Like I really like to look at people. I used to live in Los Angeles, and I used to go to like the big shopping area in Melrose, sit down with like a Jamba Juice or whatever, and just watch people, like watch the way they walk, what they're wearing, like what they're talking like. I just love it. It makes sense that I end up working in a job where I literally look at people's bodies and how they move, because it's just it's just really what I like looking at. But yeah, I think I'm very open to talking about body parts and people being hot. Especially meat and anime, for sure. I held a message for a reason. Bullying, allow, will post a chat. Imagine if you went over there with your husband and just asked flat out for a threesome. Oh, that didn't post. Oh, yeah. That's so interesting, huh? Yeah, no, I just read that, obviously, because I don't know the difference. Yeah, I don't know if she's really my type, though. You know, like, I can definitely, like, I appreciate beauty and bodies and all that, but I certainly have a very specific type when it comes to when it comes to like what I'm sexually attracted to in general. So like with women and with men. But I think with like women, I tend to like the softer persuasion. So like bigger booty, bigger boobs, softer skin, like, yeah, softness, right? I like softness. Whereas like I think with men it's kind of the same, like it's just a bigger, I like bigger people. So I think that honestly sounds really cute, you being all analytical about people around you and stuff like that, and genuinely appreciating people and their existences. I feel like people are too quiet to put up red tape over what you're allowed to like and find attractive. You and nearly everybody else. Yeah, for sure. Agreed. I have nothing against like, saying like, this is what I'm into, I think that's what makes the world kind of fun too. Being like, oh, really? Okay. But I always tease my husband. I'm looking for the last recommendation. The World in Conflict Seattle trailer. Ooh, I don't know how to Control C. Is that copy? And Control V, is that paste? Sure is. I usually use a Mac. What the hell was I talking about? Yeah, oh yeah, no, so I always make jokes with my husband that when we're older and after like the kid or kids are out of the house, we're gonna be swingers. I'm like, no, babe, we're gonna like totally go to sex parties. We're just gonna be partiers, because we were partiers before. We're still partiers, arguably, but like we're definitely gonna party like, when we're older. I was like, oh, we're gonna be swingers, and he's just like, no. Then I'll be like, well, we should talk to so and so at your gym. She's really cute, and he'll be like, well, okay, maybe. So it's a funny relationship that we have. It's never made sense to me why people say something smelling good is creepy. How the hell else are you expected to say that? Nor did I ever understand why staring can be considered creepy. I would think it's flattering myself. Partiers at heart, yeah. I've always been a partier, man. I love to party. Okay, so here is what I'm thinking, everybody. We have a world in conflict. Let's see. This was a request by the Loligarchy. Making sure we're good. Oh yeah, no, going to a sex party on my bucket list for sure. Yeah, no, it's happening. I think I'd be a lot of fun at a sex party. Although I'm just so giggly. That's the thing. So I think I'd be a little nervous that I'd be over the top giggly. So I think that I got it. So this is it, the oligarchy, right? It's 153, World in Conflict, Seattle Invasion Cinematic. So Guy Welch, by Guy Welch, that's it. Freaking sweet. Let's do this. Here we go.
We're getting reports from the Coast Guard about a developing situation at the harbor front. We have a lot of unmarked container ships approaching. They're refusing to identify themselves. Over.
Video. Ugh.
Мы накормили грифов, и мир видел нашу мощь. Теперь освободите небеса.
That was the TV news. Wow. Okay. Well, that was a little crazy, wasn't it? And a little ominous, I would say. Well, and what is startling to me about all of this is that future kind of still looks like our future. And the date was 2007, which, as we know, is quite some time ago. So, yeah, it was 15 years. And it's just like the same shit, man. So, well, thanks for sharing. That's World in Conflict, Seattle Invasion. Seattle Invasion. Oy vey. The terrifying tank, right? Those guns were crazy. Yeah, well, Redeemer of Dark, that's assuming that, they're likable at all, right? It does, Loligarchy, it almost immediately, like, tension in my chest, almost immediately, and a lot of anxiety. So that was very, very heavy, really, really heavy. But good. Like, never ever, I just want to make sure everybody knows it's like, we had this conversation earlier, but it's like never bringing anything down. You're never ruining anything. There's no way to do that. I've even had, they're really, I can't imagine. I mean, obviously there are things within reason, but we're cool. Okay, so I think, yeah, Redeemer of Dark, that's a really good point. They also thought the world was going to end in 2012, and people constantly talk about the world ending or their nation collapsing. It is and always is nonsense. It's easy to feel like that, but it's never true. It'll likely feel like any other day when the world truly ends. Yeah. Well, and the other thing about it, Redeemer of Dark, one of the things that I think about is like all this talk in regard to like, say, the fall of democracy, right? It's like we're already like taking steps toward that. You know, it's not going to be like one day we wake up and it's gone. It's going to be a very gradual thing. And that's really, I think, in large part what makes, you know, the collapse of something actually happen. You know, it's like it takes a lifetime to become an overnight success. Kind of the same with collapse of things. You know, you feel obligated to say my full username. You just call me Dark. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. I figure that's the case with most people's usernames, but I'm never totally sure. So, yeah, that'll be pretty fast. And I don't know. Would we know? Do you think we'd know about it? Do we think we know that the sun would be exploding anytime soon? Because I would hope it would be a shock. I want to be shocked. I want to be surprised. Like, I want to go fast, be surprised, kinda. Yeah, because like expecting death doesn't seem very fun to me. But also be old. I want to be old. I really like my life. My life rocks. We would know before it happened, I think, but by the time it happens, we barely have time to react. People that don't stop the fall of empire for the same reason they don't stop climate change. Yeah. And you know, I think that in general, there is a long game that humanity isn't particularly good at playing. And I think it's largely inside of the systems that we've set up. And I don't know that I see a way out of the system that we set up necessarily. I see people trying to make it better and more workable and, you know, create more rules or whatever. But I think at the end of the day, when growth is necessary for an economy to be like considered good, like we got to, I mean, growth has to stop at some point, you know, it just does. Like, and actually I think degrowth is probably more in line with what we need. So, and I don't think that we're anywhere near that conversation, not in a real way. And if we are, then I'm missing out on that conversation. All right, Dark says, another thing is that the end of the world is and will continue to be a ridiculous thing to worry about, because unless things suddenly get 10 or 100 times worse, it's not going to end in our lifespans. No, you're totally right. The other piece, Dark, that I've been kind of inside of recently also is, and this is really, really a nihilist, and I don't mean, like, I've never been one for, like, nihilism, right? So, don't think that this is, like, always where my head is, but just recently, a lot of my thought process has just been like, well, I mean, I guess we all do die. I mean, we all die some way, somehow. And if it ends up, you know, being to some like climate catastrophe or some freaking mass shooter, then I guess that's the way I go. Also, humanity plays a long-term game that is not very good at Ukira being poetic all of a sudden. Are you also the introspective type? I tend to be. Yes, I tend to be the introspective type. More introspective in regard to considerations of humanity. And you know what I love talking about is the mind and the body and how the mind creates its reality. And I really like to get sort of elbows deep in the conversation about like reality. And my husband gets really annoyed with me because he's one of these people that's like, there is a right and there is a wrong. And I tend to be like, is there though? Is there a right and a wrong? And so Yeah, I am a believer of personal realities. I know, and it's not like it's not the most promising place to live in. And like I said, my husband's very much like, no, there is a right and there's a wrong, and that's it. And I tend to like, I have a hard time with that. And I think that I am grounded in a reality that is based inside of logic and an appropriate amount of emotion. So, and I'm grounded in it, but when somebody has a different experience than me, I'm never really surprised, and I'm always curious. So we'll put it that way. So, you'd like to hear come out more of my reactions. I also looking into things deeply and being philosophical. What do you think of the universe as a simulation theory? So I don't think that there is some like I would play with it though, right? Even as they say it, I'm like, maybe I don't believe that. It's hilarious. I don't think that there's some other like dimension, Matrix style where you're like, I'm in the simulation and now I'm not, and I'm outside of the simulation. I don't think that exists. If it did exist, that'd be cool. I'd be into it. That'd be great. I really like the simulation personally. I feel like I'd be the guy that like goes back and eats the steak and is like, fuck it. Like I'm going to live in the simulation, because that other world honestly looked awful. And so I don't necessarily believe it. What I really look at is, okay, so where do I go with this? So I think that I'm an atheist, and it's interesting being in that place right now. And this is like all new to me, you guys. So this belief system and me really looking at what happens when we die and all of this stuff. And I do think that it's beautiful to think that like when we die, this like soul goes into some other being, or like that like different parts of you go to different beings, or that whatever, like whatever there is, like that you become one of the universe, or even that you go to heaven, right? Let's just say, I think that's like a little bit, I mean, and I'm so sorry if I offend anybody with any of this conversation, but I think that most people aren't thinking that like they like go to heaven, like, and it's a place that you hang out in the clouds. I think that's probably a little more antiquated these days, but I really think that Kira, the personality, the person, the soul, but the soul is like Kira's not going to exist when Kira dies, right? This personality, this like set of values, the way that I move and the way that I sound and all of that stuff is a physical form based on what a bunch of like cells that are working together to light me up with life have found works to get what I want in life. And that is what I believe. Does that make any sense? Honestly, I think the people who think centrists are wrong or neutral is cowardly can go fuck themselves if they ask me. It's not fair to be all, obviously the right answer will always be on a side. As if situations, 100%. As if situations with no good answers just suddenly don't exist. Okay, yeah. Well, and the other piece of that, Dark, is that we can like look, I am a believer of math. And so you can look at numbers and say, okay, we can see when we look over all of these data points that this is going in this direction. Like, it's not like I don't believe that that proves something. But I also believe that I believe that every human being is listening for something different. And when you're listening for something different, your experience of what you're bringing in is going to be different, right? You're going to hear basically what it is you want to hear. I'm an agnostic myself, but don't ever let anyone tell you you should be ashamed just because you think bearded man in the clouds that stares at you everywhere you go and says, if you masturbate, you're damned to hell, is silly or not worth believing. And even if heaven and hell did exist, hell would be more fun for a number of reasons. Acquire a VIP ticket to hell. If I understand it correctly, then yes, it makes sense. Are you now? I got this interesting idea in my head halfway through my schooling back in the day that I want your opinion on, if that's all right with you. Yeah, sure. Whatever you need my opinion on. I hope you didn't already ask the question because I'm not keen to it if you did. Am I now? I don't know. So if there's a positive infinity and a negative infinity. So if there's a positive infinity and a negative infinity, okay. Then is there a zero infinity? There is a positive infinity and a negative infinity. Infinitely nothing. So I tend to think in sort of polarities, right? So like without evil, there is no good, right? Because there's nothing to actually like point to as like a compass, right? So when you say positive infinity, negative infinity, I see those two polarities and I say, yes, like that's an existent, but is there a zero infinity? Infinitely nothing. And I suddenly think of the movie Never-Ending Story, right? The Big Nothing. And I always got curious about the big nothing, like how would that even be possible? Because isn't then nothing something? And then isn't nothing everything? Right? I mean, because if you're surrounded by nothing, the nothingness is then everything. So yeah, I would say yes, there could be infinitely nothing, but because if you were in infinitely nothing, you would be also simultaneously infinitely in everything because there would be an infiniteness of nothing. That's what I think. And tomorrow I might change my mind. I may need to sleep on that a little bit because yeah, it's that takes some imagination over here. I don't know about all of you. Constantly staying in the middle, both through the pushing of higher numbers coming into existence on both sides and pushing itself into the center. Think about it. It's like, what is it? Centrifugal force and centripetal force, right? Think about it. Before the universe existed, there was infinitely nothing. And if the multiverse exists, then all of the universes are floating around in infinite nothing. That's what I've heard and read is to be believed. A really interesting concept, though, isn't it? Yeah, that's really... And Dark, this is the kind of stuff that I do enjoy thinking about and talking about. And, you know, most of my like educational basis honestly just comes from my work. So I'm fairly limited when it comes to background and education in all of this. But I'm not fully limited because I do have a background in science. But it's, you know, basically the science of movement and the body. But what I find, honestly, is that everything parallels. Everything parallels. So I have been very much able to bring a lot of my education in movement and physiology and anatomy over into other areas of, you know, life and philosophy, because there is a certain philosophy behind the body. And there are certain philosophies, I should say. And a lot of people have a lot of different philosophies behind the human body. And I have one that I don't think a lot of people in my industry really agree with. And so again, like, And maybe Twitch is going to make me a braver person. So, Dark, I really do love how you're pointing out, like, this is more of what I'd like to hear from you. I am a very high anxiety person, and I know that doesn't come off very much, but I have a massive amount of anxiety in regard to, like, being publicly shamed or hated. So, and whatever. I wish that I was one of these people like, I don't care what people think, but I'm not. I think that I'm like most human beings where I really do care what other people think about me. And that's okay. And I'm not, like, I'm over it. I've judged it enough, right? But I do appreciate these conversations because I do get really nervous about being offensive. Yeah, so not at all. But as it turns out, my dad has anxiety issues, and so does my sister. So something I was only told after he died, and I'm honestly coping with it the best that I can. Yeah. Yeah, so I actually, like, I'm very rarely fully effusive in my reactions. And that's hilarious, right? Because I think that most people would be like, you're pretty expressive. But, yeah, I usually tend to, like, if I have a weird thought, or if I have a thought that, like, goes off into some other land, I'll usually, like, sort of reel it in, you know, because I want to, like, stick to the topic, or I want to make sure that, like, we don't go off on a total tangent. And so I tend to not be, like, the most expressive about everything that comes to mind, but I do appreciate you letting me know, like, hey, this really works for me. I'd like to see more of that. Oh, effusive. Yeah. It's like kind of loud, expressive. I think you and I are interesting people because we are willing to explore the weird thoughts. Yeah, absolutely. And those are the conversations I enjoy having a lot more. And I think that that's also why things like TV shows have always been more of a sharing situation for me than I'm going to sit and watch this by myself, because, like, I want to talk about what's going on. I want to, like, you know, there are so many times my husband has to, like, pause the TV when we're in the middle of watching something. He's like, oh, okay, here we go. Now she needs to talk about it. Sorry. Okay, cool. So I know that there were some other recommendations for videos. So we're going to go videos here. I'll find it. Give me a moment. Here we go. So let's go to this one. Now, I don't know. This is
I'm JB Pritzker, and I've always said
Dark,
that I'll
you
be
are
a
the
governor
one
for
who
all Illinoisans to even
recommended
and fight for equal
Fiend
pay,
like
to support the
me
working families
here.
of Illinois. There's still work to be done, but together,
Is there,
there's
JB
no limit to what we
Pritzker?
can accomplish.
Well, good. Okay. Fiend Like Me, Evil Genius Song, Part 2.
Tune in to your favorite station. Peruse any news publication. See the state of the states of nations, corporations, inflation, invasions. Well, I say that they could take some intercontinental consolidation. One flag emblazoned with my face on an ideal plan on an application. Introducing Villainy Square, just a standard reclusive trillionaire with a maniacal air and a violent flair. Vibrant tyrant enshrined in a stylish chair. You can find me there on my island lair with the sirens blare and the striding striking fair with the slightest glare. I'm not fighting fair to the side.
Is that Hillary Clinton?
Where to get a polishing your white flags. I've a plethora of monuments to hijack. Trick the Senate, use the columns as a spy track. And developing the commons in a fly trap. Minions all over my map, turn your dominion into a nice backyard.
Oh, you guys.
Your income might lapse, might get a squint at the price of the ransom price tag.
Sorry.
You know, I've just realized this dotted line around the globe is supposed to be the equator. I always thought of it as more of a cut here. If all the world's a stage, then I should play my part. You may say it's cliche, but I say that it's
I like his chops.
every deck needs a knave to come and stack the cards. The world may be yours to save, but it's mine to tear apart. One button all it takes to set
Yeah, that seriously looks like Hillary Clinton. That's Hillary Clinton, right? You gotta show the video.
plates to serve the schemes I'm baking, and the menu for today is some world domination. In this genius scheme and further, genius steeped in burglars, murderers, fiend, weeklies, gem, mustache, twirler. I cheated, I used curlers. Yes, my amusements bamboozle, a glamorous ruse to confuse all your plans to tamper and snoop. You're delusional, casino scheme while you're schmoozing my valets. Casinos, green obscures my base. So if you don't want to date a roulette, just play some roulette, forget the backstage.
I take it this is a game, huh?
To my sanctum, have a few new tools to have fun, like a tank full of man-eating plankton, or a smooth henchman with a handgun. Cause I'm busy dislodging Norway, you'll spend all day dodging my saw blades, raising my pinball floor sheet, freaking the pro cheat through Goldberg in the hallway. Day between the laser beams, you still weren't making face to face with me. Your agency just paid you to take a vacation in my interrogation seat. One step in my bullion vault, and you gotta be met with a billion volts. I do pocket any ill-gotten profits, and I'll dock it by a rocket from the minionette fault. My management skills are uniquely stirring when lacking in diligent, measly servants. Having one killed with a team observing what's magic on building the weak subservience. See, I think I'd make a perfect leader. I'm very
I like that
hands-off.
suit.
And by that
Sharp.
I mean my hands on this big red button that may or may not do something terrible to the moon's gravity. Don't worry, I'll write you a lovely obituary. If all the world's a stage, then I should play my part. You may say it's cliche, but I say that it's an art. Every deck needs a knave to come and stack the cards. Well, maybe yours is safe, but it's going to tear apart. Secretly live below my laser-mounted space station. You may need to think it over, but if I get bored of waiting, I'll be beaming tic-tac-toe between the borders of your
Wow,
nations.
that's funny.
Poison and trapped informers, villains exploiting the map's four corners. After deploy my outlandish orders, warrants avoid international waters. If I steal her bling, do I have to wait for the Queen of England to abdicate? Shrink blades arranged, so I raise the plate, turn defamed locations to paperweight. Now your monument stored in a portable size, and my office more at an affordable price. Your democracy's nice, but you ought to comply, or I'll alter your mind by the water supply. Reports coming live of a sordid device, an authority described as an orb in the sky. It's absorbing the light and distorting the eyes, so the 10-story penthouse is caught in the tide. Forces of justice ought to give up for the both of the crusting and awfully destructive. Force out your government's doors that are busting, awesomely scored by a chorus of trumpets. Rulers you foolishly trust to prevent my ascent, just uselessly buckle and bend. If your throne never feels too comfortable, then remember all good things come to an end. If all the world's a stage, then I should play my part. You may
This looks like a very interesting game.
Every deck needs a knave to come and stack the cards. The world may be yours to say, but it's mine to tear apart.
That's creepy. Wow.
So I'm sure to get your vote for my new administration. Detonator set to blow for some world domination. It's too late to stop me. By now the laser dolphins are in position, and every world leader at the beachside peace summit and barbecue has been incinerated. I'll be sure to notify their next of fin. Oh, that was good. Somebody write that down. Thank you for watching. And a huge thank you to Rebellion for making this video possible. Evil Genius 2 World Domination is available now.
Okay, so I take that that's a game based
in all
on.
seriousness, 2004's Evil Genius 1 is a game I spent a huge chunk of my childhood playing, and it's a big part of the reason I like making villain songs so much now. So I'm really excited that it's come full circle and Rebellion reached out to me to make a video for Evil Genius 2. Evil Genius is a world domination and lair building simulator. It's a load of fun, and I really think you might enjoy it. So if you're interested, all the information is in the description.
Oh, that's very
One
nice.
more evil laughing. That's fun.
That is great. What a sweet story. I like that. Why I make villain songs now. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, making villain songs. So background of the Hillary Clinton looking character, her story is rather tragic. She used to work for the hero agency in the game, but became an evil genius because when she created ways to improve the world and stockpile when the world was under the control of the former evil genius rather than trying to improve the world, they just went back to the status quo. Imagine working so hard for the sake of the world and its people only to realize that it doesn't want to improve. Rather just stay as is and keep being exploited and having its problems. In a sort of spy movie setting. Yeah, that looks like a really fun game. That looks like a game that I could probably play. I mean, it's probably stressful. All the games are stressful, aren't they? On some level, all of the games are stressful. because they wouldn't really be that good of games if there wasn't a level of stress involved. Am I right? I mean, so there was a game that I played called Flower, and that wasn't really all that stressful because it didn't have a time limit and you could like be as horrible as you wanted at it and still do okay. And you were just picking up petals and you're like this, you were this gust of wind going around and picking up flower petals. If you haven't played Flower, get on it. And that was a pretty chill game, but generally, yeah, I get very stressed out. Also, you want to let them play out until the very end of these videos because he always has some colorful quip or quote that he adds that befit the subject of the thing he's making the song about. I think that I got to the end.
And do be sure to ring the bell and hit the big red button to subscribe. I promise it won't open the piranha hatch. Probably.
Yeah. I would subscribe, but this is not my account, which I realized. I was like, I should probably be under my own account when I'm on here because I tend to like comment out of nowhere. I'm like, oh shit, I just commented to somebody else. It can be a bit micromanaging because if you make the wrong move or aren't careful, you can have a domino effect and whatnot. Domino effect of what? All right, where are we on time? Okay, it is 9:02. It is probably about time for me to start wrapping up and getting home. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to drink more water. And I'm going to draw a card for us. And it's going to be Redeemer of Dark. Oh, you can't do the next two videos. They're short as well. All right, let's do it. Let's see here. Go back. All right, this time I will actually put the video up on the frickin' screen. Jeez Louise. I'm not used to being the person in charge, right? I'm just like the reactor. All I do is react, okay? I just work here. What do you want from me? Well, if we're going to watch more videos, I'm going to do it. One more of my sodas.
Oh, hello. My name is Joey Drew. You must be here to learn about the wonderful world of anime. Hundreds of drawings just like these go into every minute of your favorite bendy.
If you can dream it harder,
Dream it! Dreams, they just come true. Well, hello, Bendy.
and that's the magic of creation. If you want to keep his face on the can, then Condorn will pay for it. I want to be taken for a ride and go downstairs and visit.
Just a pencil and a drawing life itself. Now that is a beautiful and positively silly thought.
Boris Nation Maker, I'll tell you later. It seems the scene has us careening down an elevator. Must have been dreaming to think we'd make a clean escape. I doubt the one machine here could make it past a regulator. Well, we never had this many levels. Where's the excavator? What's so scary about a library and a record player? Want to find the angel in a basement more dilapidated. This is kind of tasteful. Alice, tell me, who's your decorator? I'll never make a lady wait. I guess you'd say that I'm a player. Angel wants a date and I would really hate to aggravate her. Boris, don't you worry. I will never let her separate us. Hold you, where'd you go? Damn, guess I better go and save her. Alice thinks that hacking up my pal is gonna medicate a fallacy. The treatment that escalade is underrated. Rap against an animator. Alice, get back on your paper. Rhyming on the multiplay. My lyrics work on several layers.
I like that.
Problem right now. Well, the angels on the stage, so pipe down. If there are secrets that you want to find out, how about the machine and ride those pipes down? So you're on the path of the starving artist. But at the heart, well, the art is heartless. Ever seen a masterpiece get discarded? Start and depart for the art of darkness.
All of the deep dark depths below, three ne'er-do-wells will avenge their souls with a spider and a wrench and a thirst to quench. Hi-ho, it's off to work we go. Heave-ho, this is coming from
this is great.
Giving you the willies as I'm stepping up my steamboat. Left here by the guards and beheaded by a rod. I've some daily black spots for the clod of this beer. Headed for the bread line, never ever meddled with the pencil. once and let him bread lines. Monkey with a wrench might thunk you in the head. Henry, can you see the headlines? Animated dead by an enemy he designed.
Once was an angel who swallowed a spider. It wriggled inside her, and out came the striker. Who'd have thought you silly little villain for the children would be killing for your heroin, so let her win or die first. If you thought the demons were your problem right now, well, the angels on the stage, so pipe down. If there are secrets that you want to find out, how about the machine and ride those pipes down? So you're on the path of the starving artist, but at the heart, well, the art is heartless.
It's a great song.
Get this started the part for the art of darkness.
Well, there's no need to be scared now. It's all the fun of the fairground. And I would say I'm on fair ground to take a little revenge now. Everybody's heard of Bertram Piedmont, because my work pertains a certain frisson. A hurtling free-fall, disturbing demons are out of season, so must you keep on. Are you caught in a spin? Well, it's a shame that your organs and limbs will be lost in the ink. Well, it's awfully grim. Did you want to be him? What's a better man than you've ever been? It's a downward spiral time. You felt a little hell up in the helter-skelter. No help or shelter. Board the ride. Don't you know you've got to be this tall to die? So sing along to the bouncing ball. Wave your flags and renounce these halls. You may have been sacked from this pantomime, but a pal of mine once you recalled. So march along to the count of four. Astounded the scoundrel crowd you've drawn. Left stranded and down to this mangled form. To abandon us here was an act of war.
It's awful to think you'll bring back the north. With ink, but no malpractice forms.
Good Henry, you never gave a crap before, till we trapped you down neath the factory floor. Clap along to the rapturous score. 3 rounds down and back for more, to find the keys in chapter 4. Remind me, have you heard that before?
If you thought the demons were your problem right now, well, the angels on the stage, so pipe down. If there are secrets that you want to find out, how about the machine and ride those pipes down? So you're on the path of the starving artist, but at the heart, well, the art is heartless. Ever seen a masterpiece get this started? Started the part for the art of darkness.
I started from the top and now I've got to block them. I'm just popping off a Nosferatu's rostrum. Preposterous that after this my Oscars will be posthumous. I live for my work but I die to stop them. Stationary should be stationary, shouldn't talk back. I need a shrink, I'm on the brink, the ink is fought back. Thought that the apocalypse was supposed to live on horseback. Screw with that, deliverance was hidden in the Rorschach. That's all, folks. Keep
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the cartoon. And a huge thanks to all the generous folks over on Patreon for keeping this dream train a-rolling. If you enjoyed the show, then why not check the playlist for more? And of course, be sure to
Oh,
like,
man.
comment, subscribe, and ring
I actually think I need to like watch that
Or you can
again.
even check out the merchandise for the Patreon if you like. This still doesn't have enough dreams.
That's pretty dark, huh?
I have to tell you one more time.
Yeah. You know, it's one of those things where like I'm not totally sure what like I know what I got from that, but it's one of those videos where I would be curious like what other people picked up in that. One of the things that I notice about Kit and myself when we're reacting to things is he picks up things that like I don't even really see, and I think vice versa. And for me, it was just like a really damning sort of a description of kind of choosing a less trodden on path, and I don't know if that's actually what the message was or not. That's why I was like, maybe I should watch that again. But and the thanklessness of taking that path. But it was really pretty. Pretty was a weird word that just came out. That was just there. That was really pretty. It was kind of, yeah. Let me see what you guys say. Yes, thank you. You are legendary. I don't know about that. I can tell you, he's so unbelievably talented. He's so charming and always perfectly captures the essence of that. So this song is based on the bendy Oh, that's funny. And so it's based off of Bendy and the Ink Machine, a game that, to keep it short, is about a company similar to Disney that was popular in the 30s, the Rubber Hose cartoons and Sepia. Ever seen a master? Yeah, I know. So great. Honestly, it's beautiful to say. You never see wasted talent. To clarify further, the company in the game is a former rival of Disney, and you play a former employee that comes back after receiving a letter to leave us was an act of war, but Henry, you never gave a crap before. Hint at this. And as for the monsters and deformed creatures are the product of some demon magic. Go ahead. It's a really beautiful interpretation, regardless of its accuracy. Yeah. That's, I was just like, I think what came to mind for me when I was hearing those lyrics and being completely not in, like, I had no idea what that video was about, was just like the world of, I guess, creating art and how nearly impossible it is to create authentic art and make a living from it. It's a very thankless arena. Thomagist. Hello, Kira. I haven't properly jumped into one of your streams. I thought I'd pop in and say hello. Yeah. No worries. I'm going to be probably wrapping up here pretty soon. I have one more video I'm going to watch. And enjoy here. And then I think I'm going to do cards. Is cool? Everybody cool with that? So I'll watch this last video here, and then we're going to do cards. So I don't know what that means yet, but we'll figure it out. Righto? Okay, so final video.
You're ready to start your own business.
You're ready to
Legal
start
Zoom
your
can
own
help you set it up.
business.
We've
All
helped
right.
launch and support millions of small businesses. It's kind of our thing. Start an LLC, corporation, or nonprofit with LegalZoom. Let's make it official.
Oh dear love, you got a red subscribe button. Look, I can fit you a grey one from the van for 200 quid, or you can click the button and do it yourself. Either way, oh, bloody hell. It's up 11 and your doorbell chimes. Right, love. Yeah, now I said I start at 9, but I had to grab a bap on the M25. Don't worry, love, still gonna charge for the time. Cause I'm a jack of all tradesmen. And your place is craving renovation. Straight from the fascias down into your basement. Afraid your radiators need replacements. Greatest decorator in an 8 mile radius. Don't check my ratings, swear they're outrageous. Order outrageous basis, I'm blameless. Only 3 of my extensions ever caved in. You got savings? Oh, well, I hope you do. Cause it's an heck of a job that I'm quoting you. Look, I know that you only want a coat of blue, but to be safe, I better run me nose through. I could do it in a flash, in a jiffy, in a job, but the trouble is, love is coming out 1 o'clock, so I'll have a spot lunch, then a cuppa, then I'm off, and I come back tomorrow, see if anything to stock. If I got it in the van, that's grand. If I haven't, then I gotta get the parts from Japan. They should be here in Jan, maybe June, in the year, maybe 2. I'll take the damn payment now. See you soon. I'll tell you, I've got 5-star reviews, and by that I mean I have 5 1-star reviews, which is basically the same thing. Don't think about it. Satisfaction guaranteed, cash in hand and no receipt. Your dream home is more debris as a better cup of tea. I can see a little room for improvement. I can see a little room for improvement. Are you sure you want a glass translucent? I can see a little room for improvement. I'm a one-man overall, sporting overalls. Though I don't recall the low bearing.
Those are like snow pants. Those aren't even overalls.
I do wiring, grouting, I put your power sharing, I 5-8 leaves, it's just a little firing. What do you mean that's no what?
He was like, gonna make this video, and he's like, shit, I don't have overalls, but I have these snow pants.
You really need to child on me, Sheila.
Nice nails. Those look good.
If you was too bland, I could lend a hand. Got a car full of samples, dwarfly fan. And most of the lead-free cans are banned, though some colours are still carcinogens. We got XL beige, 8 crusade.
Yeah, totally.
Sesame, a peppermint rage. Indigo dingo, elephant plague, hot dog embargo, and lemon rampage.
I'm kind of enjoying this color.
Maybe blue, grapefruit brew, barbecue, caribou, cabin crew, 3rd degree, verdigris, turtle infirmary, flubble and curdle, and terminal burgundy. Oh, white? Yeah, you'd prefer white.
Alright.
Okay, whatever. White's fine too.
Boring.
It's a bit emotional. Satisfaction guaranteed, cash in hand and no receipts. Your dream home is more debris as a
Except my house is all white.
I
just don't want to work if I don't have to, so I'm not gonna paint it.
But the quote don't include them. I can see a little room for it. They say home is where the art is, and that's true enough, I guess. Cause it seems like
that looks nice. I like the stripes.
I'm afraid to say your bath is firmly parked on your desk. I'm a stone cold filler, pro roach killer. I'm a fixture of fitting in the kitchen in your villa. But my teacup could use a little refiller. And I don't suppose you got a biscuit there. I'm no clever boffin, but you know I'm never stopping. I can think of a partition quicker than you slot a noggin. I've been bothered till my spirit's level 9.
That's funny. It's a lot. It's pretty simple. This is based off a game where you're a house flipper. That is pretty funny. Okay.
You really just don't appreciate the brutalist movement. I can see a little room for improvement. I can see a little room for improvement. I can see a little
It's a great song.
Never use them. I can see a little room for improvement.
Yeah, and it's a great
Alright,
song.
folks, thanks for watching, and thanks to my generous clientele over on Patreon for making this sort of thing possible. If you enjoyed the video, I've got a playlist full of them just like it in the van. And do us a favour, would
I
you?
could see a little
Drop
room for
like,
improvement.
comment,
I could
whack
see a
the
little
old
room for
subscription button,
improvement.
Jingle that little bell and make us a cup of tea while you're at it, love. And if
It's
you
catchy.
really liked it, have a butchers at the Patreon. Or my mates over at Fanfire
Yeah,
will give you a
this
nifty
was
t-shirt or mug or
pretty
something with your face
catchy.
on it. Anyway, I
Room
must
for
dash.
improvement,
I've got a
house
load of windows
flipper
to clean and
song.
I can't find my hammers anywhere.
So what is the name? Oh, it's the Stupendium. The Stupendium did this. Right on, right on. Cool. Well, that was fun. Here we go. Yeah. That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Pretty funny video. Great song. Great video. Dude was funny. Cool. All right. So I think. Yeah, I did like him. That's why I was like, who is that? Because I might be interested in watching more of his stuff because that was pretty entertaining to me. And also the video before that, the one with the cartoon that I said that I wanted to watch again. That one was fabulous. Art of Darkness, yeah. That one was a really good song. Oh, it's Stupendium too. Oh, okay. So it's the same person. I'm very quick on the pickup, you guys. Let's get, well, that's good. I don't have to remember. Oh, okay. I didn't, oh, wow. Really? All 3 videos were by the same person. I did not notice that. Huh. That's really interesting because I didn't feel like there was a bunch of similarity or anything between them. And maybe I'm just like, I'm looking now, yeah. I'm like, I don't believe you. I went and looked to see. That's amazing. Anyway, sorry guys. He is immensely yeah. No, okay, so I highly recommend the Stupendium because I really like it's kind of purposeful. Why should any 2 games have 2 similar songs? Yeah. No, absolutely right. I'm very, very impressed with the wide. Anything I say right now is going to sound very like sexual. I was going to say the wide like birth of variety here. You know, I thought all the songs were good, like they were all similar in that they were good songs. But I guess I wouldn't have guessed that it was the same people. So that's awesome. That's very good. Groovy, my babies. Okay, let's draw that card. Now, I don't really know what this, I don't totally know what this means, so we're just going to go with it. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to draw a community card. And here's the cool thing about, like, these sort of tarot cards, oracle cards. Christmas song that you'd love me to react to. Yeah, cool. Cool, Stupendium. I will remember that. So I'm going to uncross my legs, kind of ground down here, and we have a a whole deck of cards. And when I pull a community card, I don't really know exactly what that means, because usually when you pull cards, it's like to answer a question. So if you have a question and you want to like be focused on that question and then pull a card, that would be a way of doing it. So how about this? I'll just ask a general question that we can all sort of like meditate on. And okay, so I have a question. I had to think of something. So we'll ask the Oracle deck, what is it that we should be listening for through the weekend? This came up earlier, you know, like I said, we all listen for different things, you know, and it's whatever we're listening for usually is what we hear. And so, yeah. So I wasn't even paying attention to the chat there, Dark. So how does it where we just ask any and all manner of questions and we see our result? Yeah, basically the way that I described it to my husband, because my husband's a real, like, he's a real shit, man. He's just like, this isn't real. This is stupid. Why are we doing this? And I'm like, can you just like play along and have some fucking fun? Jesus Christ, dude. So yeah, so basically, so what I explained to him is like, you kind of want to listen to it like a journal prompt. Like the question doesn't directly have anything really to do with you. And it's something that we can all as human beings who are out in the world doing things can step into, right? So the idea of like, okay, well, if we declare what we want to be listening for, like if you usually listen for like how like judgment about people, and maybe you don't want to do that. So like you're like, okay, well, like what should I be listening for this weekend? Or I want to listen for, you know, like, so, you know, so then having the card sort of direct that opening, right? It's just kind of like being open to a question. So what should we be listening for this question? Will Kira get it on with her hot neighbor? My hot neighbor's moving. So I don't think that I think we lost our opportunity to get it on with our hot neighbor, which would have been really hot. I mean, I admit it. She's super hot. I'm not gonna, I am so grateful that like you cannot hear what goes through my head sometimes. It's too funny. It's too funny. Oh my God. Redeemer of Dark, literally, that's what my husband said. You hate to have her leave, but love to see her go. No. It was just we had a block party, and she wore this dress where you could just like, you could see a lot. And I was just like, wow, this is wow. All right. So that is all I'm willing to go for now. I haven't been Twitch streaming long enough. It was like it was this really cute, like blue, frickin', like I guess a maxi dress. Is that what those are called, right? So they're like they come across the chest and then they're kind of like flowy, right? And it was just like very thin material, and it was great. So I'm always happy to see it. So what should we be listening for this weekend here? Here we go. Okay. La la la. Oh, it's upside down and it's middle world. Okay, so if it's an upside down card, usually it's more like there's going to be a resistance or difficulty in this area. Which doesn't make any sense to me, really. So, but let's see what it says. Let's say, fuck it. Let's see what it says. Goodness. Oh, shit. I'm the worst, you guys. We'll just pretend we didn't see that. Okay. Middle World 36. Okay, so the essence, the middle world is the realm of day-to-day reality, and the playground of the living. It is the present moment where everything is happening. Okay, so that does make sense with the question, like, what should we be listening for? Like, maybe being in the present moment is what is being called for. Yet the middle world is created by the future, not only the past, and it is a mirror of the invisible realms. When things are right in the middle world, heaven and earth support everything. When they are not right, heaven and earth must be brought into order. So ours was upside down, so the medicine. Do not try to correct in the earth what needs to be corrected in the heavens. The resources to support the change or endeavor you are considering are not readily available to you yet. The resources to support the change or endeavor you are considering are not readily available to you yet. So it's important to ask for help from the invisible realms, from helpers in the upper world. For now, wait. Okay. Upside down cards mean opposite in tarot. Okay, yeah. So in the Oracle decks, they talk about the upside down card being like there's the best way I can state it without going back in and reading it is like there's a resistance, like it's not going to be in your favor, right? Yeah. yeah. So if we have it to be opposite, meaning like tarot cards, then that means there will be a niche situation that doesn't happen every day that you have the ability to deal with, is what it sounds like, and we can't afford to wait. So in this one, oh wow, I flipped right to it. That's awesome. So in this one, if it comes upside down, you read the medicine, like meow, 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 right? And then if it's a right side up, it's the invitation. The middle world shows up when conditions are favorable to your undertaking. Do not hesitate. Move forward. So yes, you are correct. And I read the opposite to it. So yeah. That reading the first sentence there, we hear. So yeah. So I guess what I would take from that is to be listening for like, what are the resources that I'm missing? Right, for whatever endeavors I'm taking on. What endeavors am I taking on right now? Well, all kinds of freaking things. Just kind of trying to build my businesses mostly, and then helping these guys build this studio mostly. Oh my God, my freaking hair hurts. I wear too many ponytails for too long, but long hair is very annoying. I don't know if any of you have long hair, but it's awful. It's like sticking to me already. But yeah, I would say like to listen for, what resources am I missing? Like if it were present, it would make a big difference for me. A sense of security in your beliefs and willingness to be open about them. Oh, thanks. Wow, your hair being freed out's pretty beautiful. I especially loved it when it was coming down lower on your right than on your left. Yeah, I do like the asymmetry of my hair right now. This is totally pandemic. Like, this is a pandemic hairstyle. I used to have very short hair. And because of all the lockdown crap and then me just not wanting to go anywhere ever. I had my sister just kind of like keep cutting it, but we kept like this part short, and then it's now sort of like an asymmetrical situation. I like it myself. Yes, I agree. It's nice. Although it's in a mid-length, and I'm not a big fan of mid-length. I like really short, I like really long. But the mid-length is a pain in the ass because it's where you spend most of your time. Yeah. It makes me think of a Karen or a businesswoman that's free of the stress and issues that position would come with. Yeah, man. Yeah, I chopped my hair a while ago because I used to have really long hair, and now I'll go back to really long, and eventually I'll chop it off again. It's kind of the way I do, so I like it. It keeps me on my toes, keeps everybody else on their toes too. So I am going to start to wind it down because of the pandemic. I've largely just been resorting to buzzing my hair when it gets too long. Yeah, a buzzed head it's a good look. I like it. Let's go ahead and bid each other adieu. I like to share a nervous system regulation exercise with everybody before I go. If you're interested in sort of kind of bringing everything down a notch. Not that it's like been super exciting, but we're going to come to the edge of your chair. Bring your feet to the floor. If you can. If you're not in a position to do that, then maybe just like if you're seated, feel whatever surface, you're sitting on or lying on, right? Beneath you. And if you're sitting up, I would bring myself away from the back of the chair, right? Or the back, or if you're against a wall, away from that so that there's a little bit more spaciousness to move. Notice your breath. And as you breathe and you inhale, see if there's anything that you can release as you inhale. And then exhaling. Now, what if you inhale and allow any tension to release as you inhale? And then as you exhale, you kind of bring your shoulders back. So you kind of come into a taller posture as you exhale. And then inhale, release. And maybe even go into sort of a softer posture. What else could let go as you're inhaling here? See if there's anything else you can let go of. Maybe something behind your eyes. Or jaw. Check in. Jaw. How about shoulders? Belly. Are you pulling the belly in? And then I want you to feel into sort of your chest area, like your sternum, so right between your pecs. So your nipples right between your pecs. And then I want you to imagine that part of your body pushing. Ooh, that feels really good. Ugh. Okay. Pushing into your upper back. Oh my God, that feels amazing. Let me see if if you're confused by what my cueing says. So the sternum sort of pushing into the upper back, and maybe you can feel your shoulder blades glide away from each other. So see what that feels like to really round the upper back, and then notice, what is your head doing? What is your neck doing? And then with your eyes closed and very slowly, float your way back to a tall, neutral position. Now, if you're lying on your back, like let's say you were starting out lying down, you would do the same thing. You'd just be pressing your upper back into the surface beneath you. And then slowly, slowly releasing. Take a deep breath. Okay, let's do the same thing right there, the sternum, right? If you want to touch the sternum, you can do that. Feel that sensory from out here, right? And then in the sternum, that area now from behind, it's almost like you're being like kind of poked, poked in your back, right behind your sternum. And you're pushing your sternum forward. You might feel your shoulder blades coming back a little bit. Notice what your head is doing. Notice what the rest of your spine is doing. And then as slowly and as smoothly as you can, release. Notice any other tension, maybe in your face, your jaw, your breath. Come all the way to neutral and then take a deep breath. Let's do each side one more time. So sternum, if you want to touch, to feel that, go ahead. And let's round, pushing the sternum back. So now we're rounding the upper back. And then very slowly float your way. Whatever your brain says is tall, neutral. Neutral being like no part of you is pushing forward or falling in. Like there's no flexing on either side. Take a deep breath and sternum again. Let's push it forward like someone's poking you right in the back. I notice my chin is tucking down. The back of my neck is lengthened. My shoulder blades are pulling back. My back is arched. And now slowly and smoothly releasing. Coming to neutral. Taking a deep breath once I get back. Bringing awareness to the shoulders and then gently shrugging the shoulders up to the ears. And then as slowly as you can, allow the shoulders to float down. Slow, slow, slow. As slow as possible. Smooth out any jumpy, jerky, shaky along the way. All the way till completely relaxed. Take a breath. And then we'll do that again. Shrug. Shoulders to ears. Notice what your head does. Notice what your belly does or your spine. Notice how your rib cage has more space when you do this. And then very slowly and very smoothly, allow the shoulders to float. Notice any tension in your face, your jaw, your breath. Is there any turbulence, any shakiness along the way? Can you smooth it out? Can you make it smoother? Can you take a deep breath now? And exhale. And let's just take a moment here to be noticing the breath, noticing your eyes. Could you relax your eyes more? Feeling your eyebrows spread apart from each other. Noticing the jaw relaxing more. And noticing any sensations of your body. Are you in a warm room, a cold room? Are you hungry? Are you experiencing emotion or thoughts? All sensations. And if you have your eyes closed, slowly bring yourself back to the room around you, but don't bring your eyes directly to the screen. Slowly bring yourself back to your surroundings. Kind of look around like a bird flitting from one surface to another. Taking a deep breath, letting it out, and you can slowly, gradually bring yourself back to the screen, to focus on the screen. Take your time, of course. Yeah. That felt really nice, didn't it? So that is called somatic movement. It is a method. It's a method of doing a lot of things, honestly. Depending on what you need, what you're looking for, it is a method to do a lot of different things. What we did was just more of like a kind of a relaxation method, but also it's a retraining of the way you're moving at the level of your nervous system. So basically, you introduce your brain to a posture that is common, and then you introduce it to a new possible way of being, right? And it starts to feel the difference and the long distance traveled between the two spaces, and then you can start to notice more tension and stuff throughout your regular day and start to release it in an active manner such that you are not like kind of basic what's the word I'm looking for, like caving in on yourself through muscle tension. That's what most of us do throughout our lives. So Yeah. I look forward to seeing what you react to. So I don't actually have any input on what we react to. I mean, I probably would if I requested input, right? Daniel calls all those shots. I know that he largely takes the recommendations or the asks from the comment threads pretty seriously. Like he does do that, but I think that we just, he gets a lot of requests throughout time, so he basically just looks at how other things are doing and sees if, I don't know what he does. Everything I'm saying, I'm like kind of making up right now. I know that, like, other than he makes the decisions, but I can definitely put in some input. I really like this Stupendium guy thing group music videos. So I mean, I would definitely be down to seeing more of this if there is more. So Oh, so also I meant to say this in the beginning, but I wanted to personally apologize to whoever it is that reads the comments and updates the suggestion Excel spreadsheet. I immediately have left a couple of rude comments that I felt guilty for immediately right after, and I'm sorry about that. Your guy who does that didn't deserve to have to read those. Okay, right on. That's okay. I think that we all do that shit, man. I had an altercation online a couple weeks ago that I was like not proud of. So yeah, we're all very human and we're all in this together. And I appreciate you. I don't know what you said, but I don't think I need to know. But I appreciate that. They even care about my suggestion. They even tend to look into it, and it's easy to think that, but I shouldn't and definitely won't do that now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's really easy to I think it's easy to go there also, because it's like, hey, I really care about this, and like, I want you to hear me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Especially after you and Zach have been so open to things and learning about the struggles BTS. Yeah. It's been a big learning experience for me, and I think that, again, like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I think because I walk into so many situations with a mind of like basically like I'm open to anything. What are we gonna do? What are you gonna show me? And always being willing to be surprised. I think that helps. And yeah, and I saw that vid. Oh, and I seriously wish you the best on the continued development of things. Okay. What what'd you say the name of that suggestion guy was again? Oh, Daniel. Daniel takes care of everything. So hope I'm not putting him on blast. Yes, I am. No, but yeah, he's the one that does it all. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that. I can definitely do that. I will do that for you. Yes. For sure. I would love to be the conduit for that. And thank you. You know, again, like I don't know what it was, but I'll pass that along, and I think it's really admirable to be able to do that. Honestly, there's like not a lot of people who say like I didn't feel good about that. And I wish more people did, because I feel largely like I'm a person that like doesn't feel good about a lot of shit all the time. So it's like if I just knew that other people also didn't feel good about shit all of the time, then maybe I could like be a little bolder. But like I said, we're all in this together, and I think that the more that we just get really authentic about shit, the easier things are just gonna be, man. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. We are pretty authentic. We're pretty authentic. We're pretty raw. I mean, I know that like me being like, I'm not being authentic. That's me being authentic, being like, it is really hard for me because I'm always so afraid. I'm always so fucking scared of everything. And, which is wild, right? Because I'm on a reaction channel. Like, and some of my reactions are not kosher, I think, sometimes. And I'm just like, fuck, maybe I shouldn't have reacted that way, you know? And so it's been something. It's been an emotional roller coaster ride for me. So, yeah, we're super indie. Yeah. Yeah. I think like a lot of I think that obviously like authenticity is going to be like the funniest thing that there is, but it's also I do get fearful of sort of there's just a lot of like, you know, vitriol right now. And I just don't really want to deal with that. So I'll like reel in a lot of like commentary, the way that I make commentary. And so, but I'm getting easier, like looser and looser. And so I think that before long, I'll probably know what the parameters are. Like I'm a baby right now, right? Like I'm just kind of like, okay, what is okay territory to like play in, you know? And yeah. Thanks, Redeemer Dark. That's really being afraid to voice your opinion risks being hurtful to yourself. 100%. Couldn't agree with you more, and I will remember that as I take a drink of my amazing alcoholic beverage. All right, I better go. I've been sitting here. I can like chat for frickin' ever. This is why this is dangerous. Because I should go home, watch cartoons with my husband. We watch a lot of cartoons. I like cartoons a lot. I'm a big fan of cartoons. That's something cartoons are something that I can get behind. So, you know, and also I am really easy to find personally, honestly. You can find me on social media real easy. I make myself very known. So if you ever have I don't know what, like if you ever have specific like commentary, you can find me. I'm really easy. Comfy Fitness is my company. I'm on Facebook. Kira, you'll find me. I don't want to like spill, like I'm going to make you work for it, but it's not that much work. Promise. It's not that much work. I plaster myself everywhere. I do have a Discord. Kira Corn is my Discord. So find me there. So yeah. Yes, that's right. That's right. Kira Corn. So check me out. I literally just signed on to Discord yesterday. And now you're asking me for a number. Let me look. It's 4 digits. I know that. At least I know what you're talking about. We're winning. We're winning. We're winning here. Except not. Okay, so I am the worst is what I am. Kira Corn. Where's my numbers? How the hell do I find that? You guys get to watch me struggle here live. We're doing it live. It just says Kira Corn, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's how it's spelled, Kira Corn. Yep, like unicorn except with my name. That's where it comes from. But yeah, it's some four digit number, but I don't know why I'm not finding it now. It didn't seem that hard to find before. Any Hoosier. All right, I'm going to leave it alone now. I'm going to leave it alone. I'll figure it out. Just look at your settings. Okay, settings. Let's see. Close channel settings. Oh, that's the channel settings, not my settings. That's Warnian settings. Oh, what is that? Oh. Hey, no. We'll check. Okay. Kit just became my friend on Discord. So see, I'm brand spanking new to this. Brand spanking new. I'm going to my direct messages. What the H? Like I said, I use the acronym for hell. What the H, man? Bullshit. Why can't I figure this shit out? All right, I'm embarrassing myself now. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop embarrassing myself here for the world to see. Okay. And I'm going to keep trying because I am like, once I, oh, you were right. Holy buckets. Thank you. 6556. Yeah. That was easy. Okay. Thanks, Dark. Any Hoosier. So that's where you can find me. I'm super easy to find. Honestly, I'm the easy. I think that I make myself really easy to find, really easy to connect to. So yeah, I mean, I think that's all I got to say about that. It's like almost 10 o'clock. I usually am like pretty worthless after 9 p.m. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start getting out of here. Like, I've just been having a conversation here for the last hour, so that's cool. Wait. Okay, what's up? Wait. All right. The K is capitalized. The C is lowercase. That matters? Oh, thanks, Toy Coco. I appreciate that. Thanks. Okay, if that matters, then the C is lowercase. Yeah. Okay. And, I am just going to, apologize ahead of time because I obviously have no idea what I'm doing here. And, so yeah, Kira Corn. 6556. Yep. That's correct. Should be correct. And then that's pretty easy to find. I'm totally new. Okay, cool. Fun. Okay, cool. Yay! All right. So that is, as we say that. I don't know who we are, but we are saying that is that for now. I am Kira. I'm going to hang out here every Friday night and do whatever. You know, I brought all kinds of fun ideas, and we did many of them and many other fun ideas, like watching videos. So that's what you can expect on Friday nights. Come in, join our chat, have fun, shake your booty. That's it. Thank you, Redeemer of Dark, for being such a big part of the conversation. And everybody else who joined, Toy Coco, thank you for joining. Albeit right at the end, Red-Eyed Reaper. We had Cool Whip come in a little bit earlier. We had the Loligarchy, which is a really great name. And then who else? Sharks Away was here. That's right. So, and if I missed you, I'm sorry, but I just wanted to say thank you for being a contribution to tonight's amazing stream. Yeah. So I am aware of that. I just don't know how to do that fast. Oh, boom. I lied. I do know how to do that fast. All right. I will see you all next Friday. Peace out. Be amazing. And be excellent to each other. All right? Bye.